Liberia and the Associate Justices of the Honorable Supreme Court, to the Honorable Joel Howard Taylor, former Vice President of the Republic of Liberia, Her Excellency Syria Beslo Yanti, Minister of Foreign Affairs and Dean of the Cabinet, and members of the Cabinet, Doyen and members of the Diplomatic Corps, members of the Fourth Estate, fellow Liberians at home and in the diaspora, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning and happy Independence Day. With a heart full of gratitude and humility, I stand before you to express my sincere thanks to you, Mr. President, for the honor of serving as the national orator of our country's 178th Independence Day. This invitation is not only a great personal privilege, but a sacred moment for my family. Like the majority of my fellow Liberians, I come to this platform not as one born in privilege or prestige, but as a son of humble beginnings. I was raised by a courageous single mother who, through sheer determination and faith, shaped the course of my life. I remember selling my mother's bread in the Joe Bar Market on the Old Road. Those early mornings, dusty feet, and long days taught me dignity, perseverance, and service. It was there in Joe Bar Market, among everyday Liberians, that I learned the value of hard work, compassion, and community, values that continue to guide my personal and professional life to this day. For me to be called from those humble beginnings to now stand in this place on this sacred day in our national journey is a testament to the grace of God, the strength of family, and the enduring possibility of Liberia. Thank you, Mr. President, for entrusting me with this great responsibility. I pray that my words may honor our ancestors, inspire our people, and cause us to unity and national renewal. Today, as we mark the 178th anniversary of our beloved republic, we do more than just remember a date in history. We reflect upon a journey of resilience, a story of struggle and triumph, a story of brokenness and healing, of dreams deferred and dreams still alive. We gather under the powerful theme, one people, one destiny, healing the past, building the future. This is not just a slogan, it's a summons, a call to unity, a challenge to confront our past with honesty, and the courage to shape our future with purpose. Today, we stand on sacred ground, ground paid for with the hopes, tears, and blood of generations, ground that has been absorbed both by the cries of the oppressed and the songs of the free. We mark 178 years since a group of our ancestors, dreamers of a daring kind, declared to the world that on this corner of Africa's western shore, liberty would live, that here, Black people would govern themselves, that here, dignity will no longer be borrowed but owned, that here, the Lone Star will rise forever. But if we must be honest, Liberia's history, although proud, is also a painful one. Liberia was founded on high ideals of liberty, self-governance, and self-determination. But from the very beginning, those ideals were challenged by human nature, by the deep divides between settlers and the indigenous people who had lived here for centuries. For decades, many of our fellow citizens were marginalized, not because of laziness, not because of ignorance, but because power was concentrated in the hand of a few. Even as we proudly flew our flag and sang our national anthem, many felt like strangers in their own land. Then came the coup of 1980, a moment that many thought would bring change, but which opened the door to years of instability. Then came the Civil War, the death of over 250,000 of our brothers and sisters, the displacement of nearly 1 million, the loss of schools, hospitals, and institutions. Trust shattered, communities divided, children turned into soldiers, entire villages wiped off the map. And yet, here we are, still standing, still believing, still hoping, and still declaring that this land of liberty shall long be ours. Not because we're perfect, and not because we speak good, beautiful English, but because we are resilient and determined. Our journey has not been an easy one. We have faced grave trials, economic collapse, civil conflicts, dictatorships, and disease. Our people have known the pain of war and the toil of poverty. We have buried too many dreams too early. But let it be said, Liberia has never surrendered. Time and time again, our nation has bent but never broken. Our resilience is the heartbeat of who we are. It is seen in the farmer in Foyer using basic tools to farm. The teacher in Ghana who with limited resources is still present and encouraging. The nurse in Plebo who can barely find alcohol but yet is dedicated to the cause of saving lives. To the market women at Painesville Red Light who chase after the truck, throwing their lapas on it just to secure their goods. To the young entrepreneur in Buchanan who's selling gasoline out of a mayonnaise jar. Each day, ordinary Liberians fight against extraordinary odds, not to tear down this nation, but to build it up. And so, my fellow citizens, this Independence Day is not merely a celebration. It's a summons. It's a call to action, a solemn reminder that history is not something we inherit. It is something we are called to shape. It is about commitment, courage, and responsibility. It is by answering the call of destiny and taking our rightful place in building a nation that reflects the dignity, dreams, and potential of all its people. Today, I invite each of you to join hands in the sacred task of nation building, brick by brick, heart by heart, generations by generations, because like we say here in Liberia, one hand cannot pick lice. But before we proceed, allow me to pause and offer our collective heartfelt congratulations to you, Mr. President, on Liberia's historic election to the United Nations Security Council. This indeed is a profound testament to your steady leadership and your unwavering commitment to positioning Liberia as a responsible and respected voice on the global stage. Thank you, Mr. President, for restoring Liberia's place among the community of nations. Permit me also to commend you on the strides made in fulfilling the promises outlined in your arrest agenda for national development. From agriculture to roads, the rule of law, education, sanitation, and tourism, your government has begun to lay a foundation for national transformation. While much remains to be done, progress is being made, and for that, we are grateful. In just a few short months, your government has shown that integrity and public service are not relics of the past, but vital tools for national transformation. Permit me to highlight just a few of these areas. On anti-corruption and governance, just yesterday, the signing MOU between the Financial Intelligence Agency and the Anti-Corruption Commission is an indication that you are taking the fight against our number one enemy, corruption, seriously. On infrastructure development, driving from Monrovia to Zwedru, I have witnessed firsthand a renewed momentum in road rehabilitation, reminding us that inclusion must begin with access. In addition, the performance of the Liberian Electricity Corporation within the last few months signifies to me that with proper leadership, change is possible. On education, increased budget allocations, teacher training programs, the distribution of learning materials to underserved communities, and new investment in childhood education all speak to a government reclaiming education as a national priority. On health and social services, we see growing access to rural clinics, partnerships with international donors, and stronger support for healthcare workers. The emphasis on maternal health is especially commendable because it relates to saving lives. On agriculture rehabilitation, by elevating food security and empowering local farmers, your administration is realigning a long overdue national dialogue. Liberia must feed itself. If we grow what we eat, we will grow the economy from the ground up. The procurement of fire trucks, the purchase of buses for our national transportation system, these are not just promises, my people. They are actions, and we acknowledge and celebrate them. But let us also speak honestly. Challenges remain. The road ahead is long and sometimes uncertain. Yet, this is the work that this generation is called to tackle, and this generation must not grow weary. Now, let me speak to some of the ongoing challenges we face together. There is a parable that says, when one enters a village, they should listen to the songs the children sing. For by listening to the songs the children sing, you will hear the good, the bad, and the ugly. Mr. President, your children are singing, and they're singing that corruption is still deeply embedded in our institutions. And it will take more than policy to uproot it. It will take more courage and political will from the highest office to the lowest. To the Honorable Speaker and the Honorable President Pro Temp and Her Honor, the fight against corruption is yours as well, and not just the President. The children are singing. And they're saying, Mr. President, unemployment remains dangerously high. Not to let our people drift into despair, or worse, exploit their frustration. The people are singing, and they're saying economic inequities is widening. Too many of our people go to bed hungry, while a few grow rich by the minute. We must reimagine a Liberia where opportunity is not reserved for the connected, but for those who are committed. The people are singing, and they're saying that gender inequality continues to rob our nation of its full potential. Women still face systemic barriers, from unequal pay to unsafe public spaces. We must do more to protect them, empower them, and include them. The people are singing, and they're saying that while education has seen some improvement, improvement is not enough. We must push for transformation. The people are saying, Mr. President, like you who walk miles to go to school, children are still walking miles to go to school. They need transformation. The children are singing, and they're saying drug abuse is silently destroying the future of Liberia's youth. Relating to crime, unemployment, and hopelessness, we must act before it is too late. The drug situation in Liberia is more than just a health issue. Mr. President, it is now becoming a national security risk, and we must address it. Fellow citizens, these are not reasons to despair. They are reasons to act. Liberia cannot fulfill its promise until every citizen, from West Point to Soniwe, from Vonjima to Fortsville, has a fair chance to thrive, because the work of building Liberia is not limited to the executive mansion, but involves all of us. But before we race toward nation building, let's talk about where we have been. Our theme, one people, one destiny, healing the past, building the future, invites us to take stock of the pathway where we have traveled. As we reflect on the past, we must acknowledge that for too long, wounds have been left untreated. The wounds of tribalism, the wounds of exclusion, the wounds of economic injustice and political and gender violence. We must dare to believe that tomorrow can and will be better. By creating the space for reconciliation, dialogue, restorative justice, and for building bridges across our divides. The recent reburial of former President Samuel K. Doe and the memorial service for former President William R. Tolbert Jr. were bold action that signaled the president's commitment to begin a process that was way too long overdue. Then again, on July the 5th, 2025, you, Mr. President, showed exemplary leadership when you offered for the first time in 45 years an apology to the Liberian people for the atrocities and injustices of past years. Mr. President, on behalf of the people of your republic, we accept your apology. Because reconciliation is an ongoing process, And in an effort to build on what you have started, I hereby propose the establishment of a standing National Commission on Reconciliation. This body, nonpartisan or non-partisans, and inclusive, would be tasked with contributing to the work of national healing from county to county, from village to village, from town to town, talking about historical truth-telling, civic education, and programs that promote social cohesion. But the work of healing, however, is not for government alone. It is the responsibility of each Liberian to lay down hatred, to uproot prejudice, to choose the hard work of peace over the ease of bitterness. It is time for us to confront painful chapters of our history, not with anger, but with resolve. Resolve to build a Liberia where each chapter will never, where these chapters will never be written again. Now we turn our attention to nation building. Nation building, per definition, is the process of constructing or structuring a national identity using the power and influence of the state. It involves efforts by government or other entities to unite diverse groups within a country, foster a sense of national identity, and build institutions that support functioning, stable, and cohesive society. Now, let me tell you what it is not. Nation building is not a one-day event. It is not just a responsibility of government. It is not a one-man show. It is not the property of any one political party, ethnic group, gender, or generation. It is a collective enterprise, the responsibility of every Liberian in the public and private sector, in the diaspora, in the classrooms, and in the home. Because the future we hope for, a Liberia that is peaceful, prosperous, and just, demands the participation of all Liberians. My people, I am not asking us to do the impossible. Others have gone down this road before, and they have overcome. We can do the same. So in our effort to contribute to nation building, our young people must rise, not just to seek jobs, but to create them. Our leaders must rise, not just to seek power, but to serve with integrity. Our community must rise, not with violence or division, but with unity and shared purpose. Let us move away from the politics of blame and embrace the politics of building. Let us not only demand change, but let us be committed to be the change that we demand. The Liberian dream must be built by Liberian hands. Yes, we have survived wars. Yes, we have endured economic hardship and political instability. But survival is not enough. It's time to move past the scars of war. Stop using the war as crutches or as an excuse to support your lack of action. The war is over. News flash, fresh off the press. The war is over. Because if we continue to hold on to the past, we stifle the birth of possibilities. Our duty must be about the business of transformation. Mr. President, Mr. Vice President, Mr. Speaker, Madam President pro tempore, Your Honor, the Chief Justice, my fellow Liberians, the future is not a gift wrapped and given to us. It is a responsibility that we must earn. Building that future means embracing a new national covenant. To accomplish this task of national building, I offer 5 pillars for your consideration. Pillar number 1, I call us to reimagine our national identity. Liberia stands at a moment where we must reimagine our future. And that future must begin with a foundation that recognizes all Liberians. Let us together write a new chapter in our national narrative that binds us not by the division of our past, but by the sheer hope of our collective destiny. Mr. President, with deep respect and a sincere love for our country, I appeal to you, sir, to take a historic and unifying step to appoint a national commission tasked with proposing a new motto for the Republic of Liberia. This request is not made lightly, nor is it new. It has been a call that has echoed for decades among Liberians who yearn for a national identity that is inclusive, representative, and reflective of the values and aspirations of all Liberians. The current national motto, "The love of liberty brought us here," speaks to the legacy of the freed settlers who arrived on our shores in the 19th century. Listen to me. While this history is an inseparable part of our national story, the motto fails to recognize or speak to the lived experience, identity, and heritage of the vast majority of Liberians, the indigenous population whose ancestors were already here. A national motto should be more than a relic of history. It should be a source of shared pride, unity, and vision. Liberia today is a diverse republic made up of many ethnic groups, many different religions and backgrounds, all of whom deserve to see themselves reflected in the words that define our national purpose and spirit. Mr. President, you are uniquely positioned to lead this long overdue change. Your life story, your public service, your presidency symbolizes reconciliation, inclusion, and the healing of historical divides. Appointing a commission inclusive of historians, cultural leaders, linguists, youth representatives, and civil society to engage the public and develop a new motto will be a powerful gesture of unity and progress. Pillar number 2, we must confront economic disparities. In a country as rich in natural resources as ours, why are so many of our people so poor? This is not just an economic issue, it's a moral one. We must focus on economic justice because peace without prosperity is fragile. A hungry child cannot wait for microeconomic policies. A farmer without tools cannot wait for a committee's report. And a mother who cannot afford health care for her child does not need promises. She needs solutions. My fellow citizens, we cannot talk about independence without talking about economics independence. It is time we confront a painful truth. Too much of our economy is owned and controlled by foreign interests. While foreign investment is welcome, it must not be at the expense of our dignity. The soul of our economy must be Liberian. Liberians must be actively involved in owning businesses. Liberians must be positioned to create wealth and not just consume it. To do that, we must nurture and grow a vibrant middle class, one that builds entrepreneurship, skilled labor, professional excellence, and innovation. A strong middle class is the backbone of every stable society. It generates jobs, drives demands, pays taxes, and anchors our democracy. We must support small and medium enterprises. We must make access to credit easy. We must invest in technical and vocational training. We must embrace technology so our youth can compete on the global stage. To my fellow Liberian businesses, when government shall have done that, which I know this government will, we must endeavor to prove that we are trustworthy by honoring our commitments to our lenders and to the people we serve. I therefore offer for your consideration and action several possibilities. Possibility A, enforce the Liberianization policy. Fully enforce the existing Liberianization policy for ensuring that the sectors reserved exclusively for Liberians remain protected and accessible only to Liberian citizens as originally intended. The persistent violation and weak enforcement of this policy have resulted in foreign encroachment, marginalizing Liberian entrepreneurs and undermining local economic growth. The spirit and letter of the Liberianization policy was designed to empower Liberians to play a central role in the national economy by safeguarding key areas of commerce from foreign domination. Government should ensure that the exclusive rights of Liberians in designated sector are respected. No foreign national or entity should be permitted to operate in these protected areas, either directly or through proxies. Either directly or through proxies. Enforcement mechanism must include that anyone found in violation of this policy, be it foreigner or Liberian, must face the full weight of the law. B, mandatory equity participation in foreign investment concessions. I propose that all foreign investment concessions in Liberia be required to allocate a minimum percentage of equity for Liberian investors. Whether individuals, groups, or institutions, this ensures that Liberians share in the ownership, the profit, and the long-term benefits of our natural and economic resources. Such inclusive participation will build indigenous wealth and deepen our national economic sovereignty. 3C, reform of work permit issuance. Work permits for foreign nationals should only be granted when it is clearly demonstrated that no qualified Liberian is available to perform the job. a transparent, merit-based review process should be instituted to ensure this requirement is met, promoting fair labor practices and by prioritizing Liberian employment. Liberia, we must no longer be passive observer of our own economy. We must assert our rightful place at the center of national development by enforcing the Liberianization policy and ensuring meaningful Liberian participation in all economic activities. We pave the way for a stronger, more inclusive, and self-sustaining economy. If we must think Liberia, if we must love Liberia, if we must build Liberia, then we must prioritize Liberians. Pillar number 3, reclaim education for the good of the public. Education is the cornerstone of any society that seeks to move forward. No nation has ever risen above the quality of its education system. We must, as we have already begun to do, invest in every level of education. That means building more safe and accessible schools, paying and training teachers, modernizing our curriculum to include agriculture, technology, and entrepreneurship, prioritizing vocational and technical education so that every person who leaves school will have employable skills. Our educational system should be structured not only to pass exams, but should be built on character, sharpening the minds and preparing citizens to serve with integrity. We cannot build the future with broken chucks and unpaid teachers. For too long, we have watched our public schools deteriorate while private institutions become the only hope for quality learning. That must and already has begun to change. Every Liberian child deserves a safe classroom space, a teacher who is trained, and a curriculum that prepares them for the global stage. An educated citizenry is Liberia's most powerful defense against poverty, division, and corruption. Pillar 4, end prejudice and division. Too often we speak of unity, but act on tribal lines. We must stop asking this silly question, where are you from? And start asking, what can we build together? We must break down the barriers of tribalism, regionalism, and religious suspicion. Let us reject the lie that one group is superior to the other. In the Liberia we are building, your last name should not determine your opportunity. Your skin tone should not determine your treatment. Your gender should not determine your value. And your political party you voted for must not influence your employment. We must uproot prejudice in all its form. Because here's the truth, my friends. We are not Gio, Mano, Pele, Basso, Congo, Vai first. No, we are Liberians first. We may come from different countries, but we share one country. We may have different names, but we share one identity. We may speak different languages, but we share one destiny. Destiny is not a fit, it is a choice. It is the result of intentional action. We share a common destiny. And whether that destiny leads to division or unity, to poverty or prosperity, will depend on the choices we make today. Our destiny will not be determined by what happened 178 years ago. Neither will it be determined on what happened 20 years ago, but what we choose to do today, in this moment, in this hour. So let us choose peace over provocation. Let us choose justice over favoritism. Let us choose patriotism over partisanship. Let us choose each other again and again and again. For by doing so, we celebrate the fact that we are one people, striving and striving for one destiny. Pillar 5, promoting gender equality. Liberia has always shown the world that women can lead, and you have led well. But beyond symbolism, we must ensure that women have equal access to opportunity, education, healthcare, and safety. Promoting gender equality is not a favor to women, but a fundamental human right. The fight against gender-based violence must be relentless. We must protect our daughters from abuse, our mothers and sisters from exclusion, and create spaces where their voices are not only heard, but heeded. The rearing of children is just not the responsibility of our mothers. Fathers must take equal responsibility for caring and supporting the children we gave birth to. Our legal system must support mothers who are struggling because of fathers who are absent and not providing support. There is a law in the books, our domestic relations law on support for dependents. That law, Your Honor, must be enforced. A country that empowers its women is a country that doubles its potential. We now turn our attention to the participants in nation building. 1, the role, let me put my glasses on for this one. The role of political opposition. Democracy is not a spectator sport, nor is it the crowning of any one ruling party. Democracy is the constant exchange of ideas, the clash of visions for the common good. Our opposition parties must be respected, not demonized. They are not the enemy of the state. They are part of the machinery of accountability. A nation where opposition voices are silenced is a nation walking into darkness. Let us not fear disagreement, but let us fear apathy. Let us debate passionately, but respect one another's deeply. Liberia needs strong government, but it also needs strong opposition. Together, they form the engines that help the ship of democracy go sailing still. Notwithstanding, we call on the political opposition in Liberia to demonstrate leadership, integrity, and a deep commitment to the democratic principles that unite our nation. As critical stakeholders in our political system, the opposition plays a vital role in ensuring accountability, transparency, and inclusiveness. However, with this role comes a profound responsibility to act in ways that preserve our national unity, our fragile peace, and the public trust. In this pivotal time of our country, it is essential that all political actors engage in dialogue, uphold the rule of law, and reject any form of violence, misinformation, and incitement. Constructive criticism and peaceful advocacy are pillars of democracy, but they must be guided by truth, respect for institutions, and a shared vision for a stable and prosperous Liberia. Our dear leaders in opposition, I urge you to prioritize the long-term interests of the Liberian people over short-term political gain. The eyes of the nation and the eye of the world are watching. Let us rise to the occasion and show that Liberia's democracy is not only vibrant, but mature and responsible. Let peace lead, let dialogue prevail, and let Liberia win. The second actor, the role of the church. The Christian church in Liberia, it is time for a deeper awakening. A revival not just of prayer and worship, but of purpose and responsibility. For too long, poverty has been spiritualized, normalized, and even romanticized within the church. But let it be clear, there is no honor in poverty. And there is nothing righteous about economic suffering when solutions are within your reach. The gospel is not only about salvation, it is also about transformation of lives and community. For scripture says, faith without work is dead. Yet too often, our pulpits echo with calls to prayer without equal calls to action. We cannot keep telling people to fast and pray and wait for their breakthrough and the anointing while doing nothing practical to change their situation. We must stop expecting God to walk on waters. He did it once. He's not doing it again. He told me that just this morning. Get your people to work. Liberia is a nation rich in potential. Yet, the church is one of the most powerful and trusted institutions in this country. Imagine the impact you would make if you were to leverage that responsibility. Imagine the communities in which you reside. What will happen if you begin to hold classes on some nights and stop having prayer meetings 5 nights a week and use some of those nights to empower your people? What if you taught them financial literacy, how to open a bank account, and stop telling to sow a seed so that you can drive a better car? Mr. President, I'm almost tempted to ask the national legislature to enact a law arresting clergy for manipulating the people they serve. The church must lead the way in breaking the circle of poverty, not by blaming the poor for their condition or putting them into passivity. All of us want to go to heaven. All of us want to wear a starry crown. All of us want to walk on street paved with gold. But by damn, what's happening down here? Transform the lives of the people. Three, a call to the diaspora. The Liberian diaspora, estimated at over 500,000 strong, has played a vital role in Liberia's economic resilience. Our growth and our national development. Through consistent remittances to families, friends, and institutions, the diaspora community have done its share. These contributions to institutions, whether it's healthcare or education, has helped to stimulate and sustain our economy. So to you and the diaspora, we need you, not just your money, but your ideas, your expertise, your networks. Return if you can. Invest if you are able. Speak up. Stay engaged. Your love for Liberia is not less because you live abroad. It is a bridge, not a boundary. Your journey across the seas does not erase your Liberian identity. It expands it. We must continue to embrace the principle that no Liberian is more Liberian than another. I appeal to our government to therefore create bold, intentional frameworks for diaspora investment, ensuring that the inclusion is not just symbolic, but strategic. They must not be seen as outsiders, but as partners in national transformation. Mr. President, you have taken keen interest in developing tangible relationship with the diaspora community, to the extent that you are committed to convene a international diaspora conference this September in the city of Washington, D.C. For that, we are grateful. We also want to extend to you, Mr. President, and the national legislature, the community of Liberia diaspora extends profound appreciation to you for amending the 1974 Alien and Nationality Law granting dual citizenship. It is a step in the right direction, and we are grateful. We extend appreciation to Mr. Emmanuel Wetty and others, to include the Union of Liberian Associations in the Americas, for leading this effort. While this achievement is historic, we believe that dual citizenship for natural-born Liberians and those of Liberian heritage can and must go further. If we truly believe in equality among Liberians, then we must eliminate all restrictions associated with dual citizenship. Every Liberian, regardless of where they live, must be afforded the same rights and opportunities to contribute to the country's development. Liberia's most valuable investment, our young people. We are over 70% a population under 35. This is not a crisis. This is a golden opportunity. But opportunity without investment is wasted potential. We must stop
I can't hear you. Can you hear me? Can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Good. So, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Nightly Exchange on Liberia Watch News. I know we had you going with that video, right? So long. Some of you didn't watch it, so we're trying to give you the opportunity.
I missed that part where he talking about the dual citizenship thing. I've been having issue with that part. I'm glad he made that request. The restriction on that dual citizenship thing. It's not fair to us.
It's not, but I didn't care because I'm not signing for no government job, so it didn't mean anything
so
to
you
me.
Don't care.
As long as you say I'm still Liberian, I'm cool. Just don't take my business.
No, we gotta have the same treatment that any other Liberian.
Well, I think they need to limit y'all to presidency. They need to limit y'all to the
No, if you were born in Liberia, if you're a natural born citizen, there should be zero restriction. And here's the thing, right? Many of us that left the country, we did not leave because we wanted to leave.
That's true.
We left because we were forced. We had no choice.
Well, people are leaving now because they want to leave.
That one a different thing. We're talking about those of us that fled.
So you look at the years that people left, and
somebody didn't even enjoy our childhood. We had to be forced to become men overnight because we were a kid and we were forced to grow up in a foreign nation.
Right.
So
yeah, it's important to have.
Yeah, so I think they need to revisit that law. Yes, something is better than nothing, but that's what laws are for amendment, for the well-being of the people. And I think they can do better. Putting restriction, you can't have it both ways. Where we'll be talking about, we want the brightest mind of Liberian to come home to contribute, but then you're restricting them where they can exercise their expertise and all of that stuff, right? I mean, and the remittance, he spoke about that as well. We are the backbone of the Liberian economy. If we stop sending money back home, the Liberian economy will crumble.
Absolutely.
And so we cannot, be helping the country move forward because all the schools, the hospitals, all the schools, the hospital, the marketplace, and every other, on sector of the government, remittances have been helping all throughout. Even when UNMIL left Liberia, it's the same remittances that have been helping. That big financial gap that they left.
Yeah.
Unemployment, the money, that were floating, from one person to another, just cut off like that. But it's the diaspora Liberian that continue to, keep the country running. And then you can say, and you can't stop somebody from obtaining a citizenship because obtaining a citizenship in another country also gives them certain advantage to be able to get certain employment. Like here in the U.S.
And help back home.
Yeah. Yeah, in the U.S., certain job you want, they tell you strictly citizen. Yeah, you have to be citizen. The only place before it used to be green card holder, but now they go in strictly citizen. The post office. Back then, you could go into the post office, the postal service and work.
Oh, they want citizen now?
Oh yeah, you gotta be a citizen. Even TSA or Homeland Security.
Green card could have gotten that job.
Yeah, Homeland Security back then. It was cool. You could use your green card and later on they give you time to become citizen. You have to be citizen to work with Homeland Security. Where I work, they can't work it without being. so you gotta all of these things, So yeah, that's the first thing that people ask you for to become a cop. You have to be a citizen. You can't if you're not a citizen. Many prison, many department, they will not accept you. Only very few in the country will, but on a conditional base. Even those that go into the military, within a year or two, boom, they gotta be. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, again.
Yeah, it's important.
The citizenship thing, the dual citizenship thing, almost all neighbors around us, get a dual citizenship thing.
Yeah, they do.
And we should embrace these people. Nobody want to know. Most Liberian, not even one citizenship of another country, but condition to obtain it. And when you have the citizenship of other country, especially here in America, the privileges are just enormous. You got too much privileges, to get yourself ahead of the game, to get good employment, to travel to 189 countries with no huddle. I mean, you travel with the blue book. It's less headache.
The blue book is less headache, but nowadays
it's not even more valuable than that.
Nowadays, you gotta be hiding your blue book when you're in the place.
You can only hide in certain countries, man. But for the vast majority of the country, then man, you can get flow. And then if you coming back to America,
And I don't think it should be like that.
listen, if you travel with green card, you enter America. The way they can choose that with green card.
Well, listen, Anthony, I don't think it should be like that, but I think it would be a topic for another day.
What?
Because if our people have to go through hoops, right?
Mhm.
Sometimes spend money, borrow those money in the thinking that they will make it to come to America and they can repay it. Some of them even go as far as selling their properties
Yep.
to make it through that interview and come. And then when they go to that embassy, they deny them. A lot of people have lost their life, just dropped and just passed out and fainted something. If our people have to do all of that, go through all of that, I don't think because you have a blue book, you should just be able to walk through Africa, any country, anywhere in the world, and it should be okay. I have a blue book, but I don't support that because of what my people go through to come here, and some of them don't even make it here. And
Well,
just by thinking,
that
how am
one
I
thing-
going to get that money to pay it back to my neighbor? Or I have sold my home. What am I going to do with my family?
So,
That alone can kill them.
so let me
You
just say
think
this,
there
right?
should be some kind of money back if they don't make it, or blue ball people shouldn't have that kind of privilege. Like the same who other people go through, they should have to do the same thing. If you're not, I'm not talking about natural lives like us now when we're going back home, but yeah, I don't think people with blue ball should just have an easy ride like that. This is what we're talking about, like.
But these things can only happen if the government and the government features, value the country. Look, right now as we speak, the Liberian passport, you can only fly to 29 countries around the world without visa. Only 29 countries
in Africa.
No, not just Africa. They get a list of those 29 countries. That is not
out of visa. They can. You got any European and
European country there.
Huh?
I don't think European country there.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It has to be in Africa. Don't
Asian
shit like
countries
that.
there.
Wait time before start packing that bag tonight.
The Caribbean, South America. Yeah, I don't know the country out here like that. I know Korea, South Korea was part of the list. I don't know if they're still part of that list. Yeah, but again, for our nation, that's one thing I be telling people. What is Liberian foreign policy and what is our diplomatic mission around the world? Because with all the different embassies, in all the different countries that we have, how is it benefiting us? We the citizen. How is it benefiting Liberia, the country? That we have all of these embassies across the globe.
Well, I guess if you want to,
there gotta be some kind of incentive that come to us, not just putting an embassy that because gotta have an embassy there. But look at 29 countries for real.
I think the incentive is that
look at not what
trying to
194 countries in the world.
One second. I think, Anthony, I think the incentive is that when your citizens trying to travel to those countries, they don't have to go to another country for the process. The embassy is right there.
Look, let me get you this right. You know, right now, if somebody in Liberia, they have a Liberian passport and they have to go to South Africa, they need a visa. They need a visa
to go to another African country.
To go to another African country. Yeah, Liberian need visa from Liberia to go to South Africa.
What about South Africa?
I don't know if it is the same for South African. I'm not aware of that one, but I know that I researched. Do Liberia need visa to go to South Africa? It said clearly yes. The country that we can travel to without visa, these are even Morocco. You can carry a Liberian passport, you go to Morocco like that. Nope. When you are Liberian transiting in Morocco, you can't exit the airport with your Liberian passport. You cannot. I was in Morocco when I didn't have the blue book. I could not come out of the airport.
Yeah, that's
so Morocco right there. Not even far. At least South Africa even far away, but Morocco right there. Yeah. Right. So That's
Well,
the thing.
there's United Africa that we keep dreaming about. If someday,
Well,
hopefully,
it's in the pipeline. Don't want to go ahead yet, but hopefully within the next 5 years or 10 years, who knows? But again, the whole circumstances here. That's why I like what the orator said with that dual citizenship thing. The restriction is political. Let you be frank. It's political because diaspora Liberian bring a high level of competition to the so-called politician right now in the country. So they think by doing so, they will narrow the gap so that they will have the advantage to stay in power. But
yeah, well, that's one of them.
we
That's
have
one of the
seen
reasons.
people
We all
living
know
in the
that.
diaspora getting the risk and the first time in the one election. The first time in the one election without even, so they try to
Well,
do all
they
of
need
these
to be
things.
doing some investigation on these diasporans too.
Listen,
Don't
Amy,
come for me, y'all.
Amy.
Don't come for me.
No, I'm not coming for you.
But it's no, but it's
But in
it's
other
true.
countries, right?
Not because somebody walking from America, so they run in the rain. No, we have to know that character. We have to know what is going to, what
Let me
they're
just
going
say
to
this.
do.
Let me
The
say this,
thing
right?
with how we be vetting other people, like, are they qualified to be senator and
I don't say
representative?
that you didn't vet them.
You should
I
also
don't say
vet
that you
them.
didn't vet them. Amy, not because somebody from the diaspora automatically they have what it takes to do this. No.
No.
There's some people who genuinely have the expertise to get the job done. There's some people who really don't have the expertise. Let's just be frank here.
That's
I know
true.
some people who were working in group home, regular, not even supervisor. They left from here, the assistant minister. Like seriously. And now that they
I know you know them to be working in group home here, but do you know what?
Amy, I'm not just talking about just working in the group home. Credential not there. I'm talking about where credential, you don't have the credential, you don't have the government experience, nothing. But because of partisan shit, you got job in the government. That's what I'm talking about. You never held no leadership role. You were never a supervisor. You were never a coordinator. None of that. I know somebody who, and also working someplace before I even got into my tech field, went to Liberia and started working as a deputy director. Like seriously, I know that another person who a wind turbine technician became deputy minister of EPA. I mean,
yeah.
when you start having this kind of role in serious technical role in government, what are you going to do there? You will not perform. You will just be a spectator when you go to a meeting, you're acting like you're taking notes. But when you leave, there will be no trace mark for you.
But this is what we also said about people saying that they put young people in position. This person brought the young people out and made the young people. That is awesome, right? But it should be the young people who know what they are doing, who knows the job. You young people in place because you say you want some young people. All you can do if they don't have that experience, send them to school. Let them equip themselves. Then you can come when they come back. You put them in those positions. But because they're saying muya or let my whatever business, then you at the end of the day, after you take them, you put them there. Then you say you empowering young people. No, you're destroying the country. That's what you're doing.
Amy, what has been happening in Liberia is people have been misplaced. Some people have the expertise. Look at the National Security Advisor to the President, an astute lawyer. He's a National Security Advisor to the President. Like, where did you work as a security person? What expertise he has in national security? We can't be putting people in position just because we have acquaintances with the people. He's an astute lawyer. There are other roles where you could serve. Right? Look at why need Patrick Horner, LTA. Does he have any background in telecommunication? Does he? That is
I
the
guess
thing.
he got background in communication.
Communication and telecommunication are two like this.
At the end of the day, they all end with communication. Don't take my word for it, but yeah.
Look, let me just say this, right? People are placed in the wrong position. And that's
Yeah.
the reason why we continue to get the kind of output. Look at the guy that put out LEC. You seen the difference, right? A guy
Yeah.
who understands the terrain,
He's really doing a great job.
right? You see, you know I'm not a UP partisan, and no, I'm always critical of them, but see the guy. See what this guy is doing.
But somebody being in position has nothing to do with it. Shouldn't have anything to do with whether
So,
they UP or not.
there's
They're
other
doing
people-
a bad job, he said.
There are other people who have the expertise in this very government. They're in the wrong position. Wrong sector of government.
Using Jergens says square pins in wrong.
Yes. You put a square peg in a round hole.
Now
You have a round hole, put a round peg in
what
a-
is he
yeah.
talking about?
Yeah. Because something is round and you put something that's square in a round hole. It's not going to fit. It's not going to do what it's supposed to do.
Mhm.
Amy, that's our problem. Some people are opposition, but they got expertise that the government needs right now. Madam
Mhm.
Salih did it. She hired Samuel Toyden. She hired Eugene Nangbe. Other people work in her government that were opposition. Well-known opposition. What
You
we
know the thing
also-
about let me play the devil advocate for that, right?
Yeah.
Which is not good. I'm not saying that it's good, but I can also understand some way, right? But then again, you should look for people who are not partisan. Some of the, the way the Liberian people do their party thing, it's kind of like you so loyal to the person, like like we're talking about the reaction and the whatever, something there. Let's say in our kids and they ultimately you hire somebody from that background. The other guy is thinking, say, well, maybe he's gonna be doing stuff to undermine me, to my government, to do this, to do that. So that kind of they are paranoid, I should say, right? Because the person not on my side. That's why there's too much party thing in your blood. We need to
Amy,
get rid of
that thing in Liberia. When I tell people, most of the they say, why? In Liberia, the number one place people fear is from the presidency. Once the president starts disciplining people, what happened when the president said, oh, he's going to suspend all those who didn't declare the asset? What happened, Amy? They all went to declare the asset, not even 2 days.
You think they were taking months to do?
Do you have to wait for that kind of ultimatum before you exercise what you're supposed to do?
Well, they are turtles. You
Right?
go fly on their backs.
So, if you truly love Liberia, you will do what it takes to shine.
That's what we're saying. We haven't seen who
But many of these
truly
guys,
love Liberia. They have to be.
the reason why the country is going the way they're going, most of them, what they know how to do is put a big gold ring on their finger, sit in the air-conditioned car, relax, go to work with no plan. Absolutely no plan.
Well, it's a new sheriff in
So by
town,
the
so we see
time-
something different right now.
Now
A
the
little
news
bit
break,
change
every
right
one of
now.
them on their phone and trying to break that news. Look at what can happen when the
Breaking
news
news.
hit the country. All the government officials, boom, they're on Facebook. That just tell you they're less busy. If they were busy,
Nah, let's come on now. Here we
Amy.
got senators and stuff that be on Facebook. Too.
Amy,
They be on,
Amy,
they
Amy.
be on X. They be on
Amy.
Twitter, right? X.
All
or
they
whatever.
wanted who
And
can
it
be
be
on
tweeting,
Facebook.
senator, representative, everybody be
But
tweeting here. They
hold
be
on,
on.
Twitter is different. Twitter, what the people be doing is different. Most of these guys.
Why
who
is
can
that
run-
different? That's social media.
Hold
That's
on.
not a government page.
Because they're not doing propaganda for themselves, right? But what I'm saying here, all these guys that can run to Facebook, they were not the one that JMU awarded doing the thing you're recognizing a top performer in a cabinet. Most of them that run to the camera, they were not recognized. They were not recognized. Why? Because they're not performing.
Which is a good thing, isn't it?
Why is it a good thing?
It's
The
a good
president
thing. He did not
recognized people who are-
recognize them because they were running to Facebook to defend. That's what I mean.
No, they were not defending
They
you.
were
They
already
they
there
were saying they're
to
doing
do
great job.
propaganda, and he did not recognize them because they were doing that. He was recognizing them for performance. That's why I said that's a good thing, right?
Well, in another sense, it shows that they were not even performing to begin with, right? The guys that received the award and the praises from the president are guys that actually performing, and they don't go to social media. They don't do posting, but their work proves that they are actually working. You want to who can run to social media and say, by the time they want to do that, they call what they call the camera.
What's the new show they got? What is the new talk they got in like, bro? E-show? They want E-show. They want E-show, right?
I know that at all. I get living there.
Ah,
oh,
so
the
I more
show.
speaker than you.
Okay, I know that. I like that one. Yeah, they eat a show. yeah.
I got more speaker than you. You don't even know what you.
Another one eating the show. Yeah, so the one that we didn't talk too much, they ate the show. The one that were talking too much, that were carrying camera behind them everywhere they want to do, they ain't eat no show. You understand? So there are some people who actually working in this government. They're not talking. Let's go back to LEC. As soon as they got that job straight, the first thing he did, he went down there and started working and started doing what he needed to do. And people start seeing the difference.
That was a good pick.
Yes, it was a great pick.
I think when he had that visit to Sierra Leone, that, according to the story, that's when he met the guy. Like, what are you doing here? You need to come home and something for your country. And like, I guess that's what they hook us at. Like, you need to come home, and your country need you. And he here to the call, which was a good thing.
Yeah. What's the name? That's the same thing I'm talking about. Some people over there, they at the wrong place. You understand? They at the wrong place. So you put somebody to a position where they will not perform. Look, for Liberia to shine, put these people in area where they have their expertise. Amy, you put me in the medical field, I'm completely blind. Like completely blind. What am I going to do there?
Mm-hmm.
Even to be a CNN, I even had to start. I don't know how to be a CNN before you even put me in nothing. I can't do it. So I will not lie to myself. Anybody you want me to shine, put me in my field. Don't put me in the field. I don't know.
Thank you. I was just about to say that. I was like, if you give me a job in, like you said, in the medical field, anyway, because I'm an administrator, I can do, public administrator or apply administration, I can do, whatever, right?
Yeah.
But if you put me in places like where to be a
nurse.
Thank you. If because I would want to perform for my country, right? So I'll be like, Mr. President, I'm sorry, but this is not, this is not my area. I can't do this. You gotta be honest and say no.
No, so then when they say they will not
get
jobs,
I cannot do this. But if you just accept the job because you want a job, if you just accept the job because you want a job and you go there and you're not performing, like, how does that make you look? Don't you feel bad that you're not doing anything or because you're just getting the money? You should be able to say, well, I appreciate your something in me, but this is not where I belong. I'm a citizen. So, you tell the person, but okay. And just accept the position. And then when you go there and you say, okay, so what do I do? And I heard that you have job training.
Everybody get that era, right? I don't know, something like Brandon musician song or something. Everybody get that era. So, there's a reason why everybody get that era. That's what era you will excel at. Stay in that lane. That's what era you won't. Don't go there. One thing about responsibility, especially in a leadership role, it can expose you in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. I would not want to be there like she doesn't know what she's doing. You know what I'm saying?
In a heartbeat. And another thing again, I see that happening among many Liberians. A true leader who solicit idea from a subordinate, give them responsibility, make them shine, and take the glory. Mm-hmm. When you come to a meeting as a leader and you're dictating the meeting and saying everything, only you. The next time you come for a meeting, everybody will get sit on a desk and be listening to you. But when you get them involved It's okay. I want to hear your perspective. I want to hear your perspective on it. You take note. You start writing. Now, not every suggestion you will take, but you will get a broader, spectrum of everything that everybody's saying.
Yeah, Fred.
Then you make sense of what you want to go. But to just demand, bossing people around, you will never get your employee to work for you. You want to give people the appetite to want to come to work for you, to want to do extra.
You don't want to micromanage.
Recognize that energy, recognize that time, that effort. Even if they get it wrong, if you correct them, tell them, say, you could have done it this way, not this way, And next time, when you have the opportunity, if you don't understand it, ask me. I'm here for help and other. Support your cast. The next thing you know, they will start brainstorming, bringing out good ideas. What do you think the people didn't do here? That's one of the reasons why in this great country, they always look for feedback. They do survey, they look at feedbacks, they see what is happening, they do evaluations. Every major company will do your 30, 60, 90 days. Your 30 days on the job, your 60 days on the job, your 90 days on the job, your 120 days on the job, your 150 days on the, they will do all of that. Why? They want to see where you were, where you're going, and how you're performing. They evaluate you. Meaning the company, they will give you, 90 days probation.
Mm-hmm.
Within the first 60 days, that company has already made up their mind if they're going to keep you or not. They have already made up their mind.
Mm-hmm.
They watch your performance, how you show up to work, how you interact with your co-worker, and other different things. They watch that. In my field, they give you 6 months. They will give you 6 months before you even start doing the major work, because there are a lot of things you have to pick up. Every company is different. Every policy is different. Even if you work in IT from a different company, you come to the next company, they will allow you to gel within, to get acclimated with what they are doing. So once you understand that, then they start allowing you to start doing things, start giving you little project here and there. Little project here and there. The next thing now, no supervision, now you're on your own. You're on your own now, unless you need help. But
fair enough.
they will see something in you to be able to let you work by yourself. I don't care, say you can have all the degree, you can have all the experiences. Ain't nobody gonna look at a system and just put you there by yourself. No way. You will shadow, you will do some here and there.
Do they do that in Liberia? Do they have
no?
I
asked that question. They don't have no onboarding.
Shadowing, all of that.
That's
See,
one
that's
of the
what the
reasons
problem
also,
is.
That's one of the reasons why people are fairly quick.
with a a GPA. You go on the job. In the class is different from practical. You go on the job, you have to have some kind of training on how stuff is done. They need to have that in Liberia and equip that for somebody.
The only two places have it in Liberia so far, since I've been asking and doing research. The executive mansion and also the foreign service. The foreign service, actually, there are courses you have to complete, right? They teach you the protocol, the etiquette, and all of that different thing in the foreign service. There's actually a course you have to do before you work at the embassy, before you work, and in counseling and all of that. They do that onboarding for you, right? And you have to do that training before you move up to the next level. Before you have to do it, right? So the foreign service is a requirement. The executive mansion also. Those that work at the executive mansion also, those things are Kula Fofana. When she first started, she did a tour of the executive mansion. People criticize her. She's not supposed to do a tour of the executive mansion. Oh, the other floor like this, the other. No, that's a national security compromise right there. You don't do that.
Your work area, yeah.
You don't show inside the executive mansion, the other room like this. No. That's a sacred place. That's the place of our president. You don't show it to the world. You understand?
Oh wow!
Yeah. When she first started, she did that. At first, people criticized her. She was
maybe she didn't know.
But she learned that the highway. Yeah, she learned that the highway. So there are things they will tell you. You hear they want your ear here, your mocking say, they want your apple see, your mocking talking, those kind of code they will give to you.
Do they allow people to visit? Well, let me not.
Yeah, they should. Yeah, you can visit, but you can't go up on the 8th floor. The 8th floor is the. I don't know what JMB living there.
Well, nobody living in there. I mean, since the war,
listen,
I don't know this.
That building is one of the secure buildings. All right, that place was built for president. But again,
but anyways, We don't a lot of what's on our minds. But when I come to the bank, give me a tour. I want to visit. I want to see what it looks like.
Yeah, and can get up. I think well, Obama in office, I applied to the White House, I got accepted, but my job schedule was so bad, and I was chasing the
If
money.
they don't let me, you'll see me on,
So I didn't go.
YouTube.
But Donald Trump, I don't feel comfortable going to the White House.
You'll see me on Facebook going off. If they don't let me, I'll be there. Thank you very much.
No,
normal
day. I don't know about now,
government.
but normal day people used to take a tour of the executive mansion. Not going to the 8th floor now, but you know,
that's the residential.
What they call the common area, and you know.
But the 8th floor is with the residential area.
It's the residential area of the president.
No, you can't go.
Yeah, you can't go there.
You're not supposed to. But
You can't go
anyways,
Yeah, so but definitely you know, our people look, when you work in government, you supposed to, you know, take pride in the work you do, but also exercise your willingness to shine in a particular role so that you can service your nation with pride and dignity, not to look down on other people. It's a privilege. Not everyone will have the opportunity to work in government. So it is a service to a nation, and I think one thing like Brett have to do is need to go back to, you know, what we call the national draft, where, you know, people sign up to serve the military, people sign up to serve the national police, people sign up to serve immigration.
Well, they gotta make it look
They
attractive.
gotta make it attractive. Look at police officers.
Start slapping the policeman head to super on and people jumping in the
policemen
streets saying they're
uniform,
doing
so
something
you
right.
get
No, you cannot do that. You
Do you
cannot
know how
have
much
that and
I
have
pray-
people
do you know how I
voluntarily
pray
be
for
part
me
of
to
go
go
serve.
to-
Do not do it.
Do you know how I pray for me to go through all my things and for me to put on that uniform? You know what it means? But
It should be a sense of pride, you know.
Yeah.
Like, not somebody a while going there for I ain't getting paid. There's somebody gonna be disrespectful.
But first of all, the police uniform. You know, I want sometimes when we talk, people say, "Oh, that's because you're opposition." But I think our people in government wicked. The men wearing that police uniform need to look very presentable. Just the man outfit alone will even make you scared when you see him around the community.
Yeah, you're supposed to have a neat haircut.
Yeah.
Your shirt
Back in the
tucked
day, you never saw a police officer with a kind
no
of beard again.
Yeah, something, and yeah, they do that in the military here. They do that in
Police officer
the
wear
police
shade,
union.
that shoe shining. You can see your teeth. I used to say you can see your teeth on the police man's shoe. You know, I mean, the pants is well ironed. You got a crisp bone on it that's straight. I mean, but these days you see police. Look at the other day. I saw one guy was doing the cash giveaway, and you see the police officer controlling traffic. The man, you can see the hardship in the man's face, and he won 2,000 like Brent. 2,000 like Brent Dollar.
Son, he's there doing all of that.
Yeah, he won 2,000 like Brent Dollar.
No, today in our nation, I know something that Anthony against fast and praying.
But I'm not against fast and prayer.
The country today, the president and some well-meaning Liberians has some prayers. I try to get some picture from the mugs, but I couldn't. I don't know. I saw one with American and just sitting there, and that's not what I wanted. I wanted the ordinary people, you know, in the mugs praying.
American can pray.
No, he can pray. He's lawmaker. He can pray, but you know, I wanted to see the. You know what I mean? Like, I will show you some videos here and stuff. That's what I wanted to see something like, but I tried looking for it. I didn't see any and stuff. But in the ring, people was out there. I mean, while other people were trying to politic it, people saw the need to do that because this is something that a lot of people have been talking about. Water politics. We all have had that, something like they need to have some kind of national day of praying to pray and for you know, healing and all of that. No one's saying that like Brother is gonna stop because you pray, and so it can happen. And we have a spiritual part to it, and we have the physical part to it. You have to pray and you have to work. We get that part. But for the president to say pray and y'all make it, everybody else running around, that praying it won't happen. That he's saying you know how to do the job. That praying. He never said anything like that. But anyways, opposition, and this is why we just listen to the orator speak. And now I was telling you, y'all keep taking out.
But let me play that orator portion of the praying thing. Let's go back to that orator portion of the praying thing. Play that portion. What the orator talk about praying.
I can read
All
something
right, okay,
else.
but let me get speak to this, right?
But this is not what the orator is talking about. The orator is talking about churches being in service from Monday to Sunday or from Sunday to Sunday. That's what he was talking about. He's not talking about when the president called for a day to observe for the country. That's not what he was talking about.
Okay,
He said
so
the
let me
time,
get,
all of that days and time that they're taking in a church to do all of that, they could have been doing some, something.
all right, can I say
well.
something?
Mm-hmm.
Amy, you know I'm a Christian. I'm a Bible believing Christian.
Mm-hmm.
I know prayer does work, and I don't underestimate prayer at all.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to God sincerely in your heart and pray, your prayer can be answered.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, in Psalm, the Bible says he hears the cry of the brokenhearted.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So prayer is powerful. But
Absolutely.
we should not politicize praying. You understand?
Thank you.
So here's my thing here. The Liberian people elected a CRC, commander-in-chief,
Mm-hmm.
the president of the Republic of Liberia. They did not elect a pastor-in-chief or a bishop-in-chief or an apostle-in-chief. There are more churches today in Liberia, more churches and mosques than schools and hospitals in Liberia today. There are more churches and mosques in Liberia than factories in Liberia today, as we speak.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You understand? The other day, somebody was making, I think in Jamaica or something, somebody, a comedy star I came across, where they say the churches and the nightclub or the entertainment center running competition. When you see one church with a speaker outside, the entertainment also put a speaker outside, two of them running competition. Who's gonna win is a race. And it was so funny. I laugh on that particular video, right? So the thing here, Amy, what Liberia needs today is not prayer, it's action. Faith without works is dead. You can pray, speak in tongues, with all the anointing all on your head. You won't study to go take an exam. You can pray whatever you want to pray. You take that test, you will fail. That means God can't answer prayer? God does answer prayer. You didn't do your part. We must do our part. What is our part?
But
Work.
before you come in, Anthony, let me hold you right there. Because you got me lost. I'm confused. Right?
Well, I know you'll be confused because I'm
yes, I am. Because what the president said is way different from what you're saying. The president did not say, let's start building schools. Let's focus on churches and mosques. That's not what he said. He said, let's take this one day and pray for unity and peace.
We already have the National Prayer Day.
How is that
the Ramadan already?
Listen now. How is that stopping Liberia from progressing, from building schools, from building, from doing this, from doing that? When he's doing it, he's doing the work. One day, let's pray one day and observe that. What does that have to do with not working and not praying? I'm confused. All you telling me?
That's why you're not understanding. Liberians today don't need prayer. If the man is hungry,
we need prayers every day. What do you mean?
No. Yeah, me out. Liberian pray every day. What Liberian needs right now is jobs, opportunity. Job. That's what they need. Prayer.
That doesn't mean you should stop praying, though.
But what? The people that in Liberia, they even pray 3, 4, 5 times a day right now. Okay. So the prayer, what the president was asking for, the people pray that prayer every day. What else now he asked? They are praying that prayer. You know what they want right now? They want jobs. That's what they want. They want opportunity to stop begging for 1 cup of rice. Right now in Liberia, get somebody 2 cups of rice, 3 cups of rice. It looked like a big deal for them.
Yeah, I know.
They don't want that cup of rice. The police officer we're talking about today, or somebody police officer, they don't want to be looking the way they look like. They want to be in a better position. These teachers that teaching, they're not even on payroll. They don't want to go to classroom hungry. Some of the teachers there, they really want to teach. But when they go teach, like they can get less money because student fair, they want to go. If you have a system where they pay the teacher good, that paying teacher, they will start firing teacher that accept bribe. People will pay attention to that lesson. That's why you get people graduate from high school, they can't even read and write. They can't even say thank you, man, for helping me. They ain't even understand to say, man, thank you. When they open their mouth, you run. Look
Okay,
at said, to have a successful nation, you must have an educated nation. 96% of South Africans are educated. Per data. Now Anthony gave a report. Google it, you see it. 96% of South Africans are considered educated. They invested in education.
Mm-hmm.
And our educational system is tough. No joke. So, and then we can be laughing at somebody say, oh, the person can't speak, or the person can't, do this. They can't read, they can't write. The same school system failing them. They take that money, they don't know nothing. Then they get an empty paper, then they go in the public and embarrass themselves. You can see the writing on Facebook. You can see the video on Facebook. University student. How can you graduate from a university with a 4 years degree and you can write one straight sentence? One straight sentence. You can write it.
Okay, Anthony, I got all that. But just last week, the government launched a program, Excel program in the to build 88 million or something. I'm not the figure out skip my mind.
89 million.
Okay. So build 100 schools and something across the country and equip modern schools and all of that. Right? The president did not ask for prayer for that to happen. He's doing it.
Amy.
The president is dedicated. Let me finish. Mm-hmm. Dedicated 2 schools last week as well. Mm-hmm. The healthcare something too. Something about the article when we finish, I can just delete it off my phone, so I don't really have it. Something like that is happening too in the health system. So you said that we don't need prayer. We need those things, which we all here agree. We know that. Mm-hmm. But my confusion is that even though, like I told you, the president is working towards those things, he calling for 1 day of prayer, just try to politicize that. And you saying it's not a politics. I don't think he was calling. You were playing politics when you were calling for that. If we can notice, the president from this month, right, July, from all the barrier from ex-presidents and something, applying for the Samuel Joe stuff and President Topper and all of that. This is the effort that is still going on. Mm-hmm. You and I can pray. You and I did not start the war. You and I were not the orchestrator, or we are not the leader for the country. Mm-hmm. It starts from the head. If the leader stands there and call for national prayer day to healing our country in unity, what is there that is interpreting that we don't know what we need? We don't know that we need education. We don't know that we need good healthcare. We don't know that we need, security and all of that. Because the president called for 1 day of prayer, that means you're saying all of what you're saying right now. Amy, we don't need that. What we need is this. Amy, how does that have anything to do with the president being naive to all? Is being not being cognizant of what we need in the country? That's why I say I'm confused.
So let me make this point, right? If somebody is hungry, as many people are right now in Liberia, today, that many people on a normal day, they fast every day, not because they want to fast, but because they just don't have it. So they wait that 1 cup of bread, that 2 cup of bread, what they get? They will wait all the way around 4, 5 o'clock before they even start looking for small coal or firewood to cook that 1 cup of bread or that 2 cup of bread with just pepper and salt. Oil said they didn't get it. Oil. what I read or they didn't even get it. Amy, have you seen somebody chew the pancana, spit in a hand, rub their hand, and rub it on their skin just to put lotion on their skin?
I asked you a question, you're still not answering me.
No, I'm answering your question. Many people live like that every day in Liberia. So what they need is not government or president asking them for one day of prayer. What they actually need is for the government to work in a way that they will have food to eat. Because every day, that's what they are praying for, food to eat. So whether or not the president is trying to do another thing and ask for national prayer, it will not be seen as a good deed. Because if a man is hungry and come to you, you lay your hand on them and start praying, they will want to punch you in your stomach or in your face.
Okay, let this video I'm about to play tell us that that's what was happening, because I understand and I keep telling you, we know all of these things in the country. But the president everywhere
we don't need national day of prayer in all
listen, that's what opposition says, because they want to play that part of it. But let me tell you, everywhere the president go to speak, he acknowledged the suffering of the, even when he went to the prison to even give the pardon these people. He's talk about the prison, the condition of the people that even
let's put it this way,
Anthony. He talks about the condition of the people who are even working at the prisons and stuff. Everywhere the president go, he knows this issue. He knows this problem. But Anthony, that man is not a magician. He is working towards that. And that's what he told you, that he will set up a committee with a vice president to investigate, to go around and find out why is there, after doing a little bit of reduction at the port or whatever, why the things prices on the market that every decimal is still high, it's still going up.
Do we not have a Ministry of Commerce?
To find out about that, but the Ministry of Commerce is doing those things and it's still that way. That's what he's saying there. So do that.
We have a specific ministry that is responsible for pricing.
That's a person, Anthony, let's do that one at a time. That's the person who knows what is going on, who is very concerned about the situation in the country. He's not immutable, or he's not under the rock that he doesn't know. So fasting because you want to fast and being hungry is two different things, Anthony. That you're telling us here, people that are every day. So because you're hungry every day, somebody shouldn't tell you, said, let's pray about something. Is that what we're hearing here? Or who is playing politics here? The president or you, Anthony? Because
the president is playing politics because
no, he's not.
Okay, Amy, let me address what you just said. I always said this and I will say it again. In Liberia, we tend to follow our leader. Joe, we ain't going around to tell people, say, go wear purple suit. People saw Joe wear a purple suit. They start chasing them, buying purple suit. Prior to that, that suit was inexistent. But it was not as popular as it got when George Weah started wearing it. Why? Liberia, Toba wearing white suit. Liberian get fame love with Toba wearing white suit. Toba brought the higher hat suit. Everybody starts showing higher hat suit. Toba, you go campaign. What I'm saying here, we tend to follow our leader. So President Bouaka want to set the tune. He can set the tune in Liberia, in the heartbeat. You saw it when he said, when you don't declare your asset, you will be suspended. All the guys now are playing politics. They went and declared the asset in less than 48 hours. They declared the asset. Why? Because
so can the president say, I want every road constructed and automatically be constructed because he...
No, Amy.
It's a different situation. Amy, so what are you talking about?
Okay. Yes, where the president can take a stand and people will admire the president. Is he a cabinet? The cabinet minister's salary is too exorbitant. Look at that generator. Forget about Patrick Hanna generator. We are beat on Patrick Hanna so much.
That's the national anthem. Yeah,
let's leave Patrick Hanna small. Let's leave him small. Then look elsewhere. Look at these government officials. LEC, they consume LEC power. They're not even paying the bill. They get money. They're not paying LEC. Stop with them. You government official, high-level government official, you should not owe LEC a penny. That's how you start. The next thing, government start buying scratch card for them.
Can you pray and do that?
Pray. That will not
By
be
you
prayer.
praying, by you calling one day of national prayer, is going to stop you from doing that?
You know how much money the government will save if they do what I just said?
No, I'm asking you. If you call for one day
We
that
don't
people
need-
to
we
gather
don't need
for peace and unity,
National prayer.
that will stop
for
you
that,
from
Amy.
doing all the things that you need me.
Amy, we don't. First of all, there are more churches in Liberia than schools than factories.
Don't care about the churches and something that you normal churches that you're talking about. We're talking
So how
about
is
the
it
leader
helping
of
the
the
country?
country saying something to unite the people. What President Bouaka did.
Do
All
you know
the
what?
churches that
You
you
know how
have in
unity? You know
Liberia.
how unity come?
All the
Unity
churches
come
that
by
you
people
got,
being
let me
successful.
finish now. All the churches that you got in Liberia.
Mhm.
When was the last time that all those churches that you have in Liberia or all the mosques that you have in Liberia, when was the last time they came together to do the burial of the former presidents? When was
That's
the
a
last time they
different-
came together, or when was the last time it was their responsibility to bring the country together for national healing? That they're supposed to be the one to call that out. When was the last time that was their responsibility to do that? Yeah, they can pray. They pray every time for the country. During the war, the churches, the mosques, they all pray for peace. But the leader of the country saying, let's do that for unity, let's unite as a country, let's do it together. Muslims go to the mosque, Christians go to the church. Let's pray for the healing and peace of our country. One day, not 1 year. What does that have to do with all the things that Liberia need? That when he does that, then it will not do all the things that Liberia need. We don't need that. We need food. We don't need that. We need schools.
Amy,
we don't need that. What I want to have to do
the
with
common
anything.
saying like, bro, impet back cannot stand. You know, yeah.
So all the time they pray, they not stand. They can stand. But that one day that the president called for, that you just said it here.
People supposed to go to work today. They didn't go to work.
That one day that was made to
people,
fall and die.
The food money what they were expecting today, they didn't get it because the president said won't pray. The food what they're supposed to eat today. Some people they get a daily bread every day. They don't get salary. That daily work they do. The food what they're supposed to eat today, they never got it. You don't know that?
What
Some
to get it
people,
from where now, Anthony? Because where are they getting it from? You just told us it.
The government did not go to work today Wednesday. The government was supposed to work. They didn't work. Some people that did a job they do. They don't get monthly salary. Like every day they can get a little stopping.
Anthony, you know what I see? You're just trying to look for all kind of things to link this
Ask
to make
people
it
in
bad.
Liberia, they do did a job.
But no, this was not bad. You're just looking for where, in every way, shape, or form to make
nothing
it
the president does is bad.
But no,
praying,
there's nothing. There's no sin in what happened here today. There's nothing wrong with praying. One day, taking out one day to heal the nation. Nothing wrong with that.
You know I'm a praying person, Amy. I'm a Bible.
No, I know you're a praying person, but the politics is not giving you a chance. I know that.
I give prayer.
The politics is not giving you a chance. That's what happening here, and I get that. But I'm trying to get you.
The Bible say he's that fails to feed his family is more than infidel. You yeah, the one who fails to feed his family.
What's going on here?
What? You can't feed your family. You more than infidel. That's what the Bible says. If you can't feed your family.
What does it have to do with a 1 day of prayer, though? That's what I'm asking.
It has a lot to do.
What, Anthony?
There's 1 day. Many people do daily work in Liberia. The food that they're supposed to eat today, the government take it from them today.
Anthony, where you see anybody complaining that the government took food from them today?
So all the people around there, all the people why they can take the work, bring back, take the work, bring back. They didn't go to work today. They didn't get all that money.
And they told you say that.
You know,
Anthony, I swear to God, you're looking for everything. Morris, I got the link in the comment something. You're looking for everything to fall into you today.
Morris, you know what's going on?
Let me show you. Let me show you a few videos there on here to show you that people embrace what happened today. Anthony. Let me show you some videos then to see that your sentiment or your whatever you
I didn't say people didn't pray today.
That people don't have any something to
I said some people do daily job in Liberia, and that's true. A lot of people do daily job. They don't get monthly salary.
Yeah, they do daily job, but
so they work what they're supposed to do today to get paid. They didn't do it. That prayer they will eat.
Anthony, shame on you to be talking like that and you say you're a praying person or you're
I am a praying person, but
yeah,
the Bible says
but
we should use common
take
sense.
politics, when it comes to politics, take it out of
But the
take it
Bible
out
says
of
we should
there.
use common sense. Amy, if I
The
supposed to
Bible
go hunt
also said you shouldn't lean on your own understanding.
but I'm not leaning on my own understanding.
You
so
are
God-
because you
so
telling
God
us
spoke to the-
say God, the
God
people
spoke
will
to the
be
president,
hungry
right?
because they're praying to God.
God
They will
spoke
be
to the
hungry.
president. Oh, I forget he's a deacon.
You telling us say the people were when you tell them to
so
pray.
how
they
can a
will be
deacon ride in a bulletproof car? What a deacon do in a bulletproof car? He trust God.
Wow, Anthony. That's how far the politics have taken you. See, this is what we're talking about.
If I get cracking that joke, man. What kind of video is this?
Where is this thing?
So the deacon go get bulletproof car.
I don't see it playing. This is other people playing.
No, I think you have to click on the button. No, click on the file. Come on the screen. I think you have to hit the play button.
You can hear it, right?
No, I'm not hearing it though.
You're not hearing it?
Yeah.
I can't hear it.
We got a couple of people on YouTube that watching.
That's what I try to put me on.
Click on the page and then hit the play button on it. Bring it to the screen, then you hit the play. You know what I mean? Like bring a be on NSPPD every morning. That live in Liberia. They make sure they save that data just so they'll be on NSPPD.
Okay, this is not. I don't know what's going on. I can hear it. I don't know why it's not playing on it.
Yeah, that continue. That continue.
I'm not hearing it. I'm trying to turn it off.
It's not playing here to us. So let's discuss the gas issue. What the government bringing gas to the country?
It's finished. I'm hearing this in play.
And I'm playing yo.
I can hear it.
I'm not even hearing it.
Okay. I think we just oh, okay. No, I shut it off. But yeah, I try to. I don't know why it's not showing me. It's not playing it, but so yeah, I wanted to show you some videos, Anthony, that people were out there today in the rain.
I saw it. What then I when I was doing it going in the circle?
That was what I was trying. I was playing, and it was thinking and something. I seen some video from, like I said, from the mosque too. I seen send the morning, but
yeah, we evaluate and see what the prayer did for our country. You know.
So yeah, just to tell you that you know the politics of it all, it just not working.
When man, who the president, that politician, they say the politics are not working.
But he's not every time he playing politics when he's talking about
the process of electing a president is political. They say. Yeah,
but it's so when the president
working. I try to connect my phone to the charger because
every time he working more, even if he's not nothing.
I don't like
She
the
trying to
backfeed
play
it. Like,
politics with his working and stuff. In everything, what the Bible say, you must put God in everything, right? Isn't that what he says?
oh, somebody said in the bus station, you didn't bring them on.
Who's that?
Morris.
He was not there because I didn't see him.
Morris, come back on.
If you're in the backstage, stay there. I'll bring you
Come rescue your sister Amy.
rescue. Well,
You know, he wrote in the comment section that I enjoyed myself tonight because I went
that's
to
what
all
he said.
yeah.
He said you were joining them on. That's what he said. He didn't say you were in the backstage.
Oh, my view here is bad. Let me see if.
Yeah, you distracting us with your
No, I'm trying to find a
Good
better
light.
position here for my lighting. Okay, I think it's better this
Yes,
way.
so we can't go to
My
the
phone
videos.
is going
How to
dead,
spell
so I
the
had to change
transition.
my location to get a better. To charge my phone at the same time, get a better, but the lighting in the position where the charger, the
light
outlet
is-
is from. Okay, I think it's much better here. There you go.
Yeah, so I couldn't get the video to play. I don't know what was going on with that. I was trying to stream play, but I don't know. But anyways, let's transition to our next topic. So we
What do you
guys
got?
got prayers in there. They try to play politics.
You
People
got the
like that.
petroleum, the government bringing gas in the country?
No, we talked about that yesterday. We'll talk.
Okay.
We want to talk about. Let's talk about Serena Seafood for a little bit.
Man, Serena Silva's confession of why
Let's
Serena
talk about
Silva who
Serena.
said he had
Yes,
evidence that Mr. Comey will go to South Beach. That the man you believing. You believe everything that comes from that man.
Well, it's not about believing everything. Is
Serena Silva looking
about what
for
a person
job.
is saying.
What you expect?
So, can you read this? Is it clear enough?
No, I can't read from my end, but I read what he wrote today. I read what he wrote. Serena Silva is looking for job. He's not saying these things because he genuinely believes them. He's saying it because he's looking for sympathy to get a job. Everybody try to be part of that. Yeah.
So this one, he's saying that thing of these something cut off here in the middle of the wet spot. I don't know what it's right here. He said he feel guilty about criticizing the government, the rescue government. Beyond this, our former president was fun making music. I can't see the thing, Anthony.
Amy,
Music and
I can summarize what he said, not to read it for word. So
yeah, so I was trying to get us to go to from like this paragraph.
I can read what you posted because the background is white and the writing
Yeah,
is white. So I can see it. If the background is dark and the writing is white, I will be able to read it. But I read what he wrote, and instead of
from this paragraph, kind of the part person that he cannot, I guess, with things that are going on in the government. I don't know if somebody asked him, and he said that he can't criticize them. He tried to point out some of the things that were going on that was shameful in that government, that they never say anything, and why should he now? So I don't think some people, a lot of citizens like this, they never appreciate him saying this. They don't, and you know, they try to.
You took me from the screen.
Yeah, I did. You?
Yeah, I'm not on the screen.
No, where are you? I did not take you off.
I'm in the backstage, he said. Okay, let me hear now.
So the setting was something.
Now you make me small. There you go. So, Serena Silva, I read that whole thing. He's looking for a job. Because if anybody supposed to criticize the government and say, the previous government and say, oh, if you're not in with with we are soccer, you can get this, you can get that. Serena Silva, they were leading.
Let's talk about the fact that he said he doesn't have the kind of like saying I don't have the moral standing to criticize this government.
Yes, now he has to say that way so he can buy sympathy and get a job. Serena Silva is not saying this thing because
you don't think he's right to say this.
He's not genuine, in my opinion, for what he said. For me, he said it so it sounds good in the ears of the people. So you look at this guy who is remorseful or what they did, so he can get a job. Because Serena Siva served as a Solicitor General, the chief prosecutor of our nation. So with all the crimes that were committed in the country, he's supposed to prosecute them. Work alongside with the justice minister to hold people accountable. He sat there, collect salary. Cummings that didn't do nothing. Serena Siva was seen on camera beating a chest that you make sure that Cummings will go to South Beach, he will wear that yellow jumpsuit, and he will do community service and blah, blah, blah. Afterward, he, the same Serena Siva, said there was not enough evidence. They threw the case out of court. This man, with all the other crime, missing three missing boys, auditor life taking, people seeing the car, life taking, all the different things, all the horrible things that happened under George Weah. He was then the Solicitor General, the chief prosecutor of the nation.
But isn't that why he said that he doesn't have
let me say
the moral
this to you
to criticize this government?
Again, he has to say that.
You just named me why he said that. He's saying those things, right?
He's saying it because he wants job. I can guarantee you, JMB call that guy, he will run to take a job. I challenge you. If JMB gave him an opportunity, he would take that job. You know why? Most of our Liberian government officials, they cannot afford to not be in government. They're so used to the liquid cash they can play with when they're in Liberian government. The kind of money they make in the Liberian government, they can't make it as well. So they miss that. And they will do and say anything that will get him back. All that man should not even come near government job any day. Any day. Because he part of the reason Liberia went the way they went under George Weah. For all the heinous crimes that were committed, he sat there and did not bring no justice to anybody. The disappearing or all like that Cooper girl, Bonnie, Princess Cooper, beautiful girl like that. In her prime, she disappeared, and nothing came out of it. The learning guy left like a square. Right? She lost her life. CCTV camera were there. Why they didn't subpoena there? What happened today? What not happened? It was under Serena Siva leadership. When I get the guy attempted to slaughter her, right? To unalive her. And guess what? Nothing happened. The list goes on.
But Anthony, to his defense.
What defense?
From all of the things that you have said. They get
quiet that his defense will be. They get remain quiet.
From let me have my own 2 cents in there. From all of what you have just named, right? Mm-hmm. Which we both agree. This is why, in my opinion, I think he's saying that when people ask him what he think about this government, that's why he's saying he doesn't want to, or he doesn't have the right. Because this happened under our government, this one went on, and if I did not say anything then, as the Solicitor General, I never did anything to stop that. I never did anything to prosecute people. I never did this. I never did that. I shouldn't have any moral standing at all to criticize this government for one thing that they're doing. According to that, I don't know what's there to for them to be calling on, but that's why he's saying it. From all of what you are listing right now, which I agree with you on.
Listen,
from this,
other thing
whether he's genuine or not,
what's the reason?
But it's a fact.
Amy, this man is looking for a job. Don't take the bait.
I don't know that, but I know what he said is a fact. What are you saying that now? Because he's looking for a job, I don't know that. But what he's saying here is the fact. He has no moral standing to criticize anything.
We know that. You don't have to tell us that. He doesn't have to re-echo that. We already know that. Telling us what good does it do for us?
Maybe he was told to do that, and this is why he's saying that no, I can't do that. I don't have that right to do that.
You know what I'll believe in? You know what I'll believe in?
When?
He's called by the president. He said, based on my action, I serve in this role. I don't think I'm worthy to work for the Liberian government because I caused them pain. Then I'll respect his decision. Until then, if JMB calls this man and he take a job, he will get validated the point I'm making right now.
So he talked about the government structure, this leadership of governance in terms of power configuration was in the hands of Southeasterner majority tribe crew. A little tribalistic here, but we'll continue. The president, pro tempore, and deputy speaker.
What's the difference from JMB?
All of that, which is okay. So the pro tempore from Lofa Kante, is she Gisi?
No. You want me to list 17%?
Is the speaker Gisi?
No, listen here.
From Lofa Kante?
You want to list Lofa Kante?
No. We're talking about what the man wrote here.
Yeah, but
people who are running the government, the heads of those agencies who are responsible for the pro tempore, the deputy speaker, the speaker. That's what this man is naming here. He said, "What's the difference from JMB?" So I'm asking you now.
Yeah,
we know the pro tempore is from Grand Bassa. She's a Bassa woman.
No, hold on now.
We know that the speaker is what Crew, right?
Yeah.
What, Richard Crew or Global Crew from Grand Crew.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and we know the deputy speaker then from Lofa, he's the Gisi man. So looking at what Serena Sifa is saying here, and you just asked what is the difference from JMB? So there is a big difference.
Okay, hold on. Let me help you here. 17 top government official.
We're not talking about 17. We're talking about because we on this topic, Anthony. I don't want
you like
to
to pick and choose. No, listen. You like to pick
picking and choosing.
No, you picking and choosing.
No. You want to take us off a topic? That's what
I'm not taking you off a topic. I'm not taking you off a topic. George Weah went southeastern region, whole region, 5 counties. JMB went 1 county, Lofa County. Central Bank governor, Lofa County. LRA boss, Lofa County. LTA, Lofa County. What's the name? National Port Authority. That where?
I don't know where he's from. He's from Nima or Lofa?
Lofa.
So good to go from Nima.
No, not Port Authority. What's this place? What's the name? LDA. Lofa.
Who?
So Central Bank, what all the money come here?
He got
Central
fired,
Bank.
right?
Central Bank, Lofa. LRA that collect all government revenue, the taxes. Lofa.
I need you to say that tribes there.
Huh?
Call that tribes Lofa and what tribe?
Mom, like I said this, right? George Weah went 5 counties, southeastern region.
Mm-hmm.
Waka go 1 county, Lofa County.
Mm-hmm.
The same trouble thing. So no difference. Central Bank, now somebody from Grange there were there. He removed them and put a Lofa County man there. The man on a 10-new position. He removed the man from 10-new position and put a Lofa County man there. LRA double jara from Lofa County. Finance Ministry, Gafuan, Lofa County. All where the money coming from, all the money places, Lofa County. So you want to talk about George Weah having southeastern region, at least at 5 counties.
You see why I say you're getting off a topic here? You want me to tell you why?
The top government official in his government to the Lofa County people.
You want me to tell you why?
Why?
Why you're getting off a topic?
You compare speakers.
I'll tell you why now.
Because we're looking at cabinet members from one side. Because what Serena Sifa talking about was his southeasterner dominated his government. That's true. Serena Sifa spoke the truth. You come to Boaka too, Lofa County dominate his government.
So can I speak now?
Go ahead. Let me meet myself.
So what I was saying is that you jumping. Oh, did I catch you unaware Mr. Something. So while I'm talking that you okay, so MPF from Bomi, okay. LDA Nima. Yeah, thank you. Lena, question you. So what I was saying that you jumping, you going around, you skipping the topic. This man is saying that he has no moral right to criticize this government. So if you not come out and say everybody that in the government from Nima country or Lufa country, granted, so yeah, he's saying that all these people from the southeast. So this is why I don't have any moral right. I never said anything about it. But you left it because you just want to criticize JMB. So you left that. You said, what about JMB? Okay, so maybe JMB is doing the same thing to him. That's why he's saying he has no moral standing to criticize this man.
Amy,
and then you come out and say you said the same thing the man is saying, but you still want to for some reason bring that in as he's saying something. JMB is doing something right, and we are never did something right. That's how you put in the whole argument here, and that's not what he's saying. So maybe he said, okay, they're both doing the same thing. He's doing something wrong, but what right do I have to criticize that? We did the same thing. We did more than that, and I didn't say anything as a Solicitor General. So what right do I have to criticize this government now? I think that's what this man is saying here, and I said it's a
okay.
fact.
Amy, if you don't know,
and then you said, what about JMB?
Okay.
He's not saying JMB is doing anything.
Okay.
Or something. And most of the things that you named.
So maybe you don't like the fact that I'm pointing out the flaws in JMB administration. That's fine. Let's go back to Serena.
No, it's not about me.
Okay, let's go back to
Serena. It's about the topic that we're dealing with right now and what this man is saying. It's not about me liking or don't.
Okay, let's go back to Serena Seafood before Formula make his point, right? Serena Seafood is synonymous to corruption in Liberia. The name Serena Seafood, it is synonymous to the word corruption. The records are clear. You should stay away from government. Serena Silva does not have the moral rectitude to even work in the Liberian government again.
But Anthony, until we can have some sort of proof that this is what is happening, we cannot just get up and say Serena Silva is working in government. He want to work in government. The president did not hire Serena Silva, did he? Is that any brother that said he has appointed him?
Let me say this to you today. What Serena Silva did today, it's not because he loved Liberia so much. That's why he did it. What Serena Silva did today is to buy public sentiment so he can get an opportunity to work in the JMB administration. It's a well-calculated thought. It may not seem to you like that, but I know this man from his public service and what he has done in the public. I don't know him personally. I will not make up story to say I know him personally. His public life has always been convoluted, in the words of my dear brother Toure, with all kinds of corruptible activities. Serena Silvers. So you was the same man who paraded the streets of Monrovia saying things about Cummings, how you will make sure Mr.
Cummings. I knew it was coming again.
No, I'm just telling you, there's the chief prosecutor of the nation, the man who is an astute lawyer, don't get me wrong. He has the accolades to practice law in Liberia. But his moral, ethical principles are not questioned. Because
so you're not saying he shouldn't be saying these things.
What he did today is a political move, not a genuine conviction. That is my opinion.
Okay, thank you. Welcome to the show, fam. How are you?
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure being on the platform tonight, and I was just pressed to come up quickly. Because I feel that we needed to erase some checkpoints and speak directly to our people.
Morris, I think you're clicking on the wrong link. I don't know why I'm not seeing you. Formula just came, I saw him, but I don't know why. Where you going that I'm not seeing you? I don't know. Sorry, Formula. Let me put this up again. Hold on.
Send the new link.
Yeah, let me.
Is he not in the chat room?
I don't know if he is, but I put it in the link. I put it in there something here. But go ahead. I'll try to do it again. Let me see why he's not seeing it.
So I guess we are talking about the training issue concerning the
See first.
Cephas revelations and what he finally put out today to
Right.
give himself the story.
Mm-hmm.
Look, many of the things that Councillor Cephas put out is not something that was so strange to Liberian people.
Right.
It is something that have been in the corners. There's something, in fact, those were very things that Liberians, the opposition during the Weah administration, spoke about
Yeah.
till his removal from office. We
Mhm.
spoke about his dancing. Yeah, President Weah was dancing all through, singing songs all around the place. Some unnecessary song that you can't even find on Audio Mac.
Is
You
it
can't
on
even,
the so?
you can't even find it on any streaming platform, on Apple Pay, in anything. He was there singing. And after he leaves the presidency, he's nowhere to be found around his studio. I don't know. He sold he sold his studio equipment, or he gave it up to Takunje or who, I don't know. The solicitor talk about, and the issue about weationized, the term.
Mm-hmm.
And I said it before on this platform that for the fact that someone sat somewhere and coined a name to make Weah, or Weah himself coined the name to make himself like a god, like a demigod, that people should worship him. He make himself like a golden image. Well, like people not going to sit down with that Nebuchadnezzar story to go bow down to golden image. Right there, spiritually, he has already
A lot of
devoted
them
himself. Right there, for a man in flesh to turn himself and a reaction and subject people. Imagine in a country where people believe not in the manifesto of the party, but in the dream and aspiration of the president. They forget, and the tenet on which the party was founded, the grassroots movement. They came directly to join or
Try that
individual
one, Morris.
who only see himself to be a celebrity, and people should hear him. So Councillor Cephas, I have heard people saying he has no moral rectitude, he has no moral ground to. Why are we saying that to him? He is not speaking on state secrets. He's not vomiting state secret.
I mean, there's something we all
He's
know.
not, speaking on proprietary issues. He is speaking as a man who is free from government position, as a free Liberian, and giving out some of those basic nuances that he felt that was something that was not really taken care of during the former regime that led to the ousting of Weah. And he continued to say to him, there are people who still going around as Weah Shen.
This is what man would like to say. So let me find out we are calling our people.
Look,
I'm so
Amy,
sick.
I just want to make this
It was
clear.
Shen in French. It's not spelled like that anyway. So
Yeah, well,
Uh,
that's what is
Chien. That's Shen. That's a dog in French. But the we are Shen is different from that. She just joking.
Man, I guess she's just saying it because it sounds the same. So because it sounds like that, so people taking note on that. But here's the thing. Councillor Cephas spilled the beans spout today. And I know that many of his cronies are so angry. They are vexed because he touched the goal.
Always.
Once you come out and single out the flaws in President Weah. Right there, he became enemy of the party. He became enemy of the. In fact, thank God he's not in power. If you're in power, now they come and say enemy of the state.
Mm-hmm.
But you see right now what's happening. I was surprised to see Basi Gia, of all the young people in Liberia who school in the US, he's speaking like the last series, reduced himself to be a content creator beyond President Weah, recording video. Carrasco are competing over who will be recording President Weah everywhere you go. That is a form of worship. Worshiping Weah, people Weah. Well, that's the only way they feel that and there's the business strategy. Let me tell you for free. This strategy is not only because President Weah took power. This strategy started from 2004 when Weah name became a household name in Liberia, when Weah was so popular. Manaseli knew that the election in 2005 was not an easy election. It was not an easy election. Manaseli needed assistance for international organization and other people to support because Weah was completely popular among all the people.
Mm-hmm.
If thank God Electoral College big man was the one that was president for America. Electoral College Benekin was George Bush business.
George Bush.
So it was easy for Manaseli.
What do you mean by that? That's not true.
The Electoral College being that George Bush supported that Electoral College thing.
Nah.
They were already in the country before George Bush.
I know, but it was George Bush whose administration was the main one that pushed forward for that
He's trying to say because he and Gore went to.
But there was always Electoral College in this country before that.
Before Bush.
Yeah.
Hey man, well, let me
check the history.
One of the big men for Electoral College. That's what I said. I'm changing my thing. I said one of the big men for Electoral College was president of America.
I don't know. I wonder.
So George Bush was one of the men who benefited immensely from Electoral College. That's what I was trying to say.
But that rule was in place before the Electoral.
I'm not saying it was in place, Anthony. Stop taking me off now. It was in place, but one of the men who benefited from it, that he was in power when Manaseri King. So Manaseri was, it was her wish that they should even bring the Electoral College to Liberia, so that the way George Weah was.
Because you couldn't win the popular for that.
Yeah, so you can say, okay, George Weah, take the popular vote, and then the Electoral College vote, Manaseri, you take it. Because it was clear. President Weah was so popular among the people. But it was not on the basis that people felt that he was so competent to become the president.
That's what killed him, yeah.
So when he came there now, and finally now, they say undress the devil got undressed, and we notice that the man who honored the devil now is somebody who can drink King Juice. You start seeing now that all the King Juice gallon that is supposed to the devil got missing. The devil was a drunkard. So we start seeing now the man started singing music, the man started sleeping at the resort, and not even going to work on time. All of those things were coming up. So Councillor Silva was right. People were only praising Weah, and they were stealing, and nothing was happening. So he said, I cannot criticize the UP administration now. I can't. Because I was one of the most powerful men in that government. I could do most of the criminal activity that George Weah did. Mm-hmm. And because I did not speak, because the Weah were like the gatekeeper, they call themselves the gatekeeper. They were like the gatekeeper, they were the dogs who were just running around. And in the end, what happened? The US government sanctioned him. So now
Family, you think this is more like a regret for what he got at the end of the day for his role played in our government? That's why he's saying these things for, or you think he's doing it like Anthony said because he won a job from JMB?
No, I think he's not. He's not saying that because he wants a job or he wants some immunity. He's not saying that. Councillor Cephas is a decent and brilliant man.
He's saying this out of regret.
Yes. You know how many people have so many burden of regrets? You just think that's the only one? Have you listened to Councillor Kanyo Bagbala? A young astute man from the candidate from where Anthony came from?
Grangy there?
Yeah. Have you listened to his write-ups? When he started saying constructive things, and that's the thing that we actually hate. Once you say things constructively and you mention we are, boom.
You're not a real citizen. Is something wrong with you? Or something?
Look,
Yeah.
when people in power and they can't realize they were doing
You're
wrong.
from the land.
How long
Look,
Formula was talking for now?
Anthony, you have all the time. I
Anthony,
just
you must say, I know.
Anthony,
Yeah,
please
but from the
don't
time
do
you
that,
came
man.
in, that time stopped.
Anthony, don't do that. Don't do that.
All right, then he
You-
lands. So you're coming.
Yeah. I'll wait over there. Somebody already texting me say, Anthony, we are enjoying Tonel. He eating show. Now somebody sent me the
He
message say,
showed
Anthony,
me,
we are
yeah.
eating show Tonel. The
So
man
he
he
enjoying-
enjoying.
showed me.
You say you
Eh?
should have done debunking and looking at the point.
No, I'm not debunking. I mean, because everything you say is exactly. I mean, you want to polish it to make it look as if it was different, but I mean, that's the reality. President Weah is just President Weah. He's a celebrity, and
So
people.
he says something
But I
about
didn't defend
President
we are. You make it seem like defend we are.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that, Anthony.
All right, let's mute him.
Let go. You are
Yes.
saying something.
He said something about President Weah dancing and which I don't know. I don't think if you're president that you shouldn't dance. I disagree with that part that President Weah was dancing. But the one part I agree with is saying leaving the Liberian people's job. Like Anthony was just here saying prayer. Formula. Anthony, one day of prayer, Anthony took offense away. Because the country, the people hungry. We don't need prayer. We need this. This is a man who believes in God, right? But he got problem with one day of prayer because they got plenty of churches and mosques around the country and something. But this man is talking about a president who we have all of these problems in the country, left it, and we're going in the studio to do recalling. And like according to you, since he got out of office, we have not heard one Christmas song from him or anything from him. So, I mean, like, this man is coming out and naming all of these things. Oh,
sorry, just go ahead.
So, while this man is coming out and naming all of this, putting these things out, and people are reactions, because now the only people who can see what we are did wrong is the reactions, and reactions coming out and saying that, oh, he was an entertainer. He was an entertainer in before he became the president, so people should understand that. I mean, should we be understanding that we elected a entertainer and that he did while we expected him to take care of our country problem, that he should be making music and here and there? Is that what the Liberian people supposed to expect from President Weah when he was in office?
Look, I mean, that's the issue about politicians in Africa. If you listen to Professor P.L. Lumumba, he make reference of it. He said the dance, even if there are people are sleeping with hunger, African politicians dance. Just we are like I said the last time, people say my man Wilson will soon come back again and say, oh, you've been too strong. When I say that Josh Weah,
legendary.
yeah, when I say Josh Weah was intoxicated with the exuberance of his youthfulness, the man say, why I should say he was intoxicated? But I say, but Josh Weah felt that he has so much energy. He's a young man, he's a young president, and so he was just doing everything. And like I was deprived of these things when I was struggling. And you think now that the presidency is a playground, at the area there you can say, oh yeah, the man of the people. So that means and that's how people think.
Yeah.
We actually felt it was okay. That was distraction. That was when the economy, when Liberia was challenged, we were hit by COVID. We were hit by other disasters that are going on around the world. There were global financial crises. But what did President Weah do? President Weah said it in his address. He said, we make music for our people. Was that
to sanitize them?
Yeah, to sanitize our people, we make music. This is the embarrassment that we have.
President
But you know what?
That was Formula talking. That wasn't me.
You know what? I was happy. I was one person in 2017. I was one person who told my friends Most of my friends in CDC, most of them,
Because
all of
you was
them,
a physician too.
most of them, I'm not a card carrier of CDC. If you ask anybody who know me, I subscribe to the ideology of Dr. Famulek. I was supporting Dr. H. Bowman Famulek. So, but when I look at CDC at that time, with how President Weah was embarrassing the political sphere, every time Weah goes to a contest and he doesn't win, people say, "Oh, the man is the best president. That the man won't change every constitution in the country here, and they keep sitting in election doing blah 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 blah." And guess what President Weah was doing? President Weah was commercializing his popularity. You're raising hands of boys who are paying due to go into the house. You know how many lawmakers CDC produced in 2005 and 2011? You know how many lawmakers? You know how many presidents that President Weah, even Dr. Ford today, Edward Ford, get a revelation that they have to kick him out because he refused to subscribe to that particular payment, and they had to bring Jason Sibo. But when Dr. Ford was even going for a second term, people were angry. Sedition were angry. Liberians were angry with Dr. Ford. They said, "You did little for this district. We're not going to elect you." But what did Dr. Ford do? He went to George Weah. He told George Weah to lift his hand up right on D12 feet. They had a big program. There was a soccer march over there. And when George Weah went to Nuclear Town, when they make the publicity that George Weah was visiting the district, I was there. The whole place was jam-packed with capacity. With all the bitterness the people had against Dr. Ford, George Weah raised his hand, and Dr. Ford won the second term.
Thank you.
You think George Weah is just that person who going to sit down around and say, "Oh, I'm coming to the thing." George Weah already get his plan. Let me tell you today, they keep this and keep the record, keep the recording. In 2028, the real dichotomy will be June. You will see how some people who will become former rich men soon, who think that by going to the Supreme Court and go shake George Weah hand and take picture, it means that they will get opportunity to come. They don't go get George Weah mad. George Weah is already on the stand by to quack some people mad on the ground that, "Oh, now your thing here, I ain't going to contest again, but I can support you, I can make you so you can go and be." That thing is a long-time pattern of George Weah, and some people will suffer in that particular scenario. And I already seen some people dying in the show. Thank you.
Thank you. Anthony, do you also agree? So they're saying that
we made a show
was
about
an
George Weah
entertainer.
today instead of Serena Silva confessional.
Mhm.
You can get George Weah free publicity. We made a show about George Weah instead of Serena Silva confession.
You see, this is what disturbed this show when we're having it. Everybody want to have a little interjection or something. This confession or whatever it was by Serena Seaford is about George Weah and the CDC.
Yeah, but Amy.
So how are we making a show about George Weah and we're not talking about Serena Seaford?
Yeah, but
Serena Seaford said something about George Weah, and I'm asking a question about that.
Yeah,
so how are we turning the show into George Weah and not Serena Seaford?
Okay, let me respond to that. For 6 years, the opposition cataloged every single thing that Serena Silva talked about today. George Weah going to Qatar for 48 days. George Weah doing Buka dance. George Weah going to studio, putting out hit song. George Weah receiving most valuable player award when 17-year-old man was standing by. All these things, we talked about it. You understand?
Did Serena Silva talked about it?
Serena Silva did not mention the 48 article days, but he mentioned almost everything else that happened.
So that's what we're talking about it now, because he being a lieutenant in our government, a hired one too, that could prosecute or do all of these things. He coming up with these revelations, which we already knew, but he coming up and saying it. That's what we're talking about it now.
Didn't Moluba Molu give a revelation and later on they said our liquor talk? I mean, there is nothing about Weah that was not out there. How he goes to Jamaican resort, he drink Hennessy SO and can't make it the next day, and he had to stay home and say, "Oh, the president working from home," and all of that. We heard all of those things. You know, one thing here, we have a new president. The Liberian people answer the call. The Liberian people answer the call. The other job that from yet through Jenna, I'm not gonna dignify it. If any Liberian who believe that they can make a change in Liberia, start working this 2025 and start doing that work, and don't wait for 2028, 2029 before you run campaign. You do it diligently, reach out to the communities, reach out to the people in need, make your case. The Liberian people will look at you differently. But if you wait until last minute to say you do collaboration, you will not make it. Politics in Liberia is so simple. Many people make it hard for themselves. That's why they struggle, including my own party. To win an election in Liberia is the easiest thing.
Really?
But people don't understand the Liberian politics. Because if you understand the Liberian politics, you will not waste your time on being on social media. Because only 5% of the population can stream live content the way we live now. Only 5% of them. Out of 3.5 million people who registered a SIM card. Even though some people get 3-4 SIM card. But out of the, according to the data that are out there between Lone Star, Liberia, MTM, or Orange Liberia, that 3.5 million people subscribe, registered a SIM card. Of those people, only 20% have access to data. Of that 20%, only 10% have access, or 10% can afford to buy data. Only 10% can afford to buy data. Only 5% of those 10%, when you're streaming the way we're streaming right now, can sit there and watch the content live. What does that tell you? 80% of the population of Liberia.
Internet, I disagree with you.
I did a study.
You think anybody can win an election right now without being on any of these platforms, without having any of the screen time and within they can just go in the community and win election in Liberia today?
Yes, how you
today.
Win
I'm not talking about before, but today.
Today in Liberia to win an election is community organizing and the radio, not social media.
These platforms are being streamed to the radio. Ours are not. We still working on ours, but
let me get
most of these social
media
is something that are being streamed to the radio.
Let me
so
say
that's
this
why
we're
getting
to
that
have an impact in Liberia. What helped Joseph Human Boakai? And not just Stenton with his spoon network. It is because of his long-standing government experience and the name recognition.
In other words, popularity.
It was not. It was not about the popularity. It was about his name recognition. People don't see him as a corrupt man. They see him as a decent man, and they see him as a long service man, and also a man who served along a president for 12 years. The man didn't even have money. People did their own thing for him. JMB ready to spend his own money like that. The ordinary people did it for him. Stenton put the icing on the cake. Costa, for 6 years, made the case for JMB. He was the man. Before Stenton became Stenton, there was the name called Henry Costa in Liberia.
We all know that. So he blew it himself.
Okay. So the role was already paved for JMB. He just needed to sit in the car now and take the journey. Like, that's what he did. That's why you see the margin was closed the way it was closed, because a sitting president in Africa, an incumbent in first term, to win it, it's not an easy task. Look around the history of Africa.
Yeah, because they can be doing some bottle stuffing and everything.
Yeah.
So you know that.
And what happened in Liberia, we should tell God thank you, because for an incumbent to lose by a narrow margin and accept the result and pick up phone to call the other person, it don't happen easily. Most of the African countries, look at Nigeria.
See, this is why I always disagree with y'all.
Okay, y'all should not get him credit for it. Y'all not getting credit because
No.
do your research.
You don't need no gold medal for considering to
Amy,
do something.
they are not following African history.
Let me tell you why I disagree with you. You said a narrow 25,000 votes.
It's a narrow margin for an incumbent.
So 25,000 votes.
JMB did not win by 1%. He won by less than 1%. Just don't.
25,000 votes.
It was not 1%.
That's a lot of. You will let me. It's a lot of votes for you to say. Yeah, we know 5 million. Compared to that, it is, you call it narrow. But what can a person do, right? If somebody won, even in
much as you guys don't want to give credit to George Weah,
Anthony, you're not being fair to that. Let me finish. Nobody's telling you said they're not giving credit to George Weah, but the way I can want to Golden Ball and Golden Globe to give it to him, he doesn't.
What you call Golden Globe? What you call Golden Ball?
Let me talk today.
Okay, go ahead. Me
you
myself.
Don't want to all the time. One at a time. Thank you. So the way you can be making the kids that somebody should take golden a ball or to take gold medal and give it to George Weah because he considered that's something that unheard of and doesn't know. Nonsense. Just stop pushing messages that are true out in our people's ears. And you got these people then that some of them that don't even know any better. Oh, you're not supposed to concede. You're not supposed to, because that's what you're telling them. What? So if George Weah did not do that, what would have happened? They would take Joseph Nima Baka votes and give it to him? No, it was just going to be a what? If he felt like you were a cheater, being an incumbent, and you think you were a cheater, they would just do a recount. And maybe that would have even pushed Joseph Nima Baka votes up. What happened to Trump? That's not what happened here. They will not take his vote and give it to him. Or he said, oh, because I didn't win, said it was a narrow margin, I'm going to bring war, or I would do this. That was what happened. So yes, he did an honorable thing to call Joseph Nima Baka and concede because his people wanted him to rig the election. We all know that. We've seen all of that fight, and they were upset that he did that. So it was nice of him. It was honorable of him, not nice, honorable of him to call and say, BS, I'm not going that route with you. Because anything happen, I'm going to be sitting in that person. I'm going to be something. You see, everybody, I was coming out now, Serena Seaforth, and all other people coming out and saying what we was like, what happened when they were all there, enjoying a piece of the cake, right? Nobody said anything. But when the trouble comes, or at the end of the day, the person who up there can take all the fault. Oh, we were doing it 1 year. It were only people that he was listening to. He knows that very well. So he told of it and said, I'm not going to do what he cockroaches want me to do. I'm going to concede. And they were mad. They were upset about it. But for him to be coming here, oh, we should give him that 1 year because or something. No, it wasn't going to change anything. If Joseph Nima Baka got that vote, they could have counted, they can count it 10,000 times. They were going to come out that George Weah lost the election. The only thing you could tell me, say, oh, if you were going to start war, or you were going to say, oh, like because I didn't win, then I will not give up and sit there and say, oh, we should do something. That's the only thing he could have done. And what he know that people were ready for that, he was not going to do that. So you start pushing that message that when you have a narrative, then you're not supposed to concede because that's the message you're giving out there. That's all I wanted to something. But go ahead, Pamela.
But Amy, you cut me out and you said Pamela should go ahead.
Go ahead, Anthony. Okay. Take the time. Go ahead.
Go ahead and finish.
So let's be fair here, Amy. We study history for a reason. The reason why we study history, so we can inform ourselves on the current activities that are happening.
Mm-hmm.
The continent of Africa has 54 countries, and predominantly close election by incumbent have always turned out bad. Ivory Coast, Gbagbo, and Guy Robert, the former retired general, when the coup took place in Ivory Coast and Konan Bedie was removed from office, the military, Guy Robert was retired. the military summoned him and brought him to Abidjan.
Finally.
He was in a place called Biankuma, in his own hometown. Bianman, the western part of Ivory Coast. They used the helicopter and brought him to Abidjan. Long story short, he said he was going to serve for 6 months and clean up the place. They came with broom and everything, rake everything, and show the people. You clean up the place and leave. After 6 months, no, he extended it to 8 months. He said after 8 months, he turned over to civilian government. In 4 months, he formulated his own political party. After that, they went to election. Gbagbo won him by 15% of the national vote. 15% margin. You know what he did? He collected the election commissioner.
We all know that story.
And he whooped that man and declared himself winner. When on national, because in Africa, the election result is the same day, not next day business. Because they have the equipment, they can come vote the same day. All across the region. And we are watching television, we're seeing everything, the margin, the region, when they call the region, Gbagbo, they call the other region, I said landslide. Guess what happened? The university student president, Blake Goudet, led a march. They had a march on Gehi. Like a body found in the street. You understand? In other countries, they Tinubu that just won in Nigeria. Go ask Nigeria.
Right? Anthony, thank you.
So what we're saying here, we are not preaching for George Weah to have stolen the election.
Well, anybody
history have seen where African leaders have rigged elections, including Samuel Doe. Maybe you didn't see the 1985 election. It was rigged. Liberia have a history of that.
Thank you, Anthony.
So we are not here to say that George Weah supposed to. We are grateful he didn't, because we came from the Octave War. We're not hoping to go there. So he did the right thing, and we must, appreciate him for that. That's not giving somebody golden boost that you can call it.
Thank you.
We have seen that before. Is it possible? Has it been done before?
Yeah, it is possible.
And Joseph Yuma Bwaka did not win by 1% of the vote. He won by less than 1%, which was very close. And an incumbent had the power to rake it. And he did not rake it. So give him the flower. What is wrong in that wrong?
No, we're not saying but he's not raking it, but he's not listening to the people to rig the election was something. But the way I can make it seems like, it's supposed to.
You don't want to hear that way, my sister, but without me.
Thank you. I mean, welcome to the show, Morris.
Can
I have my say before Lawrence come in, because I don't want to lose my thought on what Anthony said just now. Sorry, Morris. I know they say when you come to church, they don't raise unnecessary song. Just relax over there. Look, Anthony, this is the reason why you have always come with the alternative, and I always expect that because you are the alternative, you will not be singing a song of sedition. Because for you to sit on this network tonight and say we should be grateful to George Weah for conceding for an election that he lost, even an election that we consider as a simple majority, because they set the run-up elections as a simple majority. Mm. That even one person can make somebody win, and you say we tell him thank you from over 20,000 votes. For what?
Have we not have an ugly pass before with that?
Wait a minute, Anthony. You say your piece. Let me say mine. Wait a minute. We are not going to dignify or heal or 10% Weah on the basis that he conceded. No. Because a President Weah had disrupted this election. If the Unity Party Alliance never had the evidence, which is the sheets, then by now we're going to be singing different song.
Oh yeah.
But it was not the will of God in the first thing. That's the reason why when people say we should not
pray.
tell God thank you,
Mhm.
we should not pray to God. When people become ungodly and unholy,
Hungry.
then now as consider those people to
Is
be
that unconstitutional remove a speaker? You want to talk
Hey,
about rule of
come
law?
on
Let's go
now.
ahead back.
Which are unconstitutionally? A speaker resigned and they went to election. Then he said unconstitutionally. Which one again you talking about? You said the Supreme Court said you go to Sarako anti. You always let to bring OOT and all.
Yeah,
The
move
people
on
went back to
now.
Sarako anti and they had their
Move on,
election
one of those
and they
things.
have and they elected a new speaker. The speaker in
You were
question that
slim
you talking
tired.
about.
Let's move on to the next thing.
But wait a minute now. You always
Let you finish.
I don't
And
know
your
how
turn.
you always
It's
behaving
stop
like
now.
this. So.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
And
okay,
now go to Morris. Morris,
When I
I only
talk to
want
you,
to
now,
touch
then
the
you say,
baby.
oh, the family always
Give out a
attacking me.
closing point.
Yeah, they allow me to turn out again for anything. Yeah, you always like the house edition can do it when they go for argument and wrong and disrupt it so it can't end in peace.
I'm not
But-
a sedition.
You are you are a sedition. I'm not going to.
And I even all the
You-
counter show. The host of the show is a partisan of the government or supporter, sympathizer of the government.
You
I can come
are a
here.
sedition or
The
renegade.
host of the show is a
ANC.
sympathizer of the government. It ain't fair.
What does that mean?
It's not fair show.
Also, you're not getting
it's-
time to talk? Well, let me
no,
It is
deal
not
with this
a
one.
fair show when the host
You're not
already
getting
has
the
a
time
sign.
to talk here before you talking about it's not fair.
I
Why
said
know where the crowd
a
goes?
show that has a host
uh-huh.
that has a sign. It's not a fair show. Let's get
So that's why I never want us to do the election.
No, opposing argument. That's
Listen.
what they do.
Yeah.
the
No, the fair show
host
they have
of
opposing
a show
argument.
that has a star is always on balance show. Let's
So
get
that's
it
why
fair.
I refuse to go on spoon.
You
so I
cannot
lost
be
election.
the lawyer, the judge, and the prosecutor. And that's what we have here.
You are given time to speak, Anthony. Give people
Exactly.
protect
I
your-
wasn't giving time. I am
Everybody giving
saying
You
time
were
to
given
say
time
something
to
here.
talk.
The-
You're not
the
giving your
host
friend a chance now because you see me. I'm trying to say something.
No, you
You
just
don't want to
started
hear
it.
it, so you
That's
want to
what you
disrupt
doing,
it.
because
That's why you
nobody's
do.
stopping you
If I
from
say you
speaking
sedition,
here.
you say no, I'm not sedition because that's the
Exactly.
characteristic of a sedition. Sedition will always disrupt, especially when they know somebody trying to lay, lay
You're
a
not
point.
like the truth.
And you see it, and that's the
So
the
you, that's your
CDC.
truth, not everybody truth.
Look, I
That's
will
not
undress this devil. That particular devil, I don't want to undress the devil.
Because you believe it to be true.
Other
doesn't mean
people
it's true
always
everywhere.
like to think that, oh, we have to sugarcoat it. I'm not sugarcoating it. Anthony, you are not an ANC nationalist. You are a renegade or CDC. So whether you like it or not, that's how I refer
How
to
you call me
as.
a renegade of CDC when I never registered? You don't want a supporter of CDC, and you left CDC and went to
Hey, my
point.
man,
When my
I never
formula
had,
that will
I
not even
never
work
had
for
any
me.
affiliation
When
with
my
CDC.
formula, I can't even win representative seat. Like when you want to.
Yeah, I believe in his ideology. So I supported Dr. Famule. I with no regret. No regret.
Where
But
is
for
it?
you-
Where is the ideology?
Oh, Anthony, come
Hey,
on
my
now.
man, Anthony, give me a minute, my man. I
I mean-
will come to that another time.
I mean,
That's
can I
what
come?
Give me 5
Mark
seconds.
now talk to now.
Maury, give me 5 seconds. Give me 5 seconds. I know my brother. That's the reason why every now and then he's saying I'm attacking him. But I will tell you today, you go to bell. Hey, you are a renegade or CDC. I'll end it at that. Maurice, you can come. You are a sedition. Take it or you leave it.
You know-
you affiliated with CDC. That mean
Let me thanks everyone for the show. I will just speak on 3 things quickly, probably in 2-3 minutes. You know, and to start with my brother Anthony, I'm not even sure that is fair to the show. Every we all got our side.
This
Anthony,
is
you can have Anthony, Anthony, you can have a show. You can have a show today. You can have a show today.
Sorry,
You can have a show. You can have a show today. I can come on that show. As long as you give me the fair time to talk, that's all matters. That's what matters. As long as I get my fair share of time, that's what matters. It doesn't matter whether ANC.
but I don't have a fair share of time yet. The man came and spoke for 11 minutes.
Anthony, you cut me off. You see, Anthony, you alone be on the show.
Baby and wolf.
You alone be on the show. You alone be on the show.
You and I was on this show. Yeah, 1 second,
Yeah.
Morris. I'm sorry. You and I was on this show. You had even Morris in the comment section said Anthony is enjoying himself today.
Yeah, because
Because somebody
but
came
when
on
somebody
Anthony,
else comes,
let's
the
not make the
routine.
show noisy. I don't know why you don't like to let for other people to end. You come here when somebody else the same time. I give you time. You talk. I give from the time.
I was
you
not recorded at the
talk,
same time.
And something.
We can go look at the audio or the video. I was never recorded.
All right, can I let- can I-
Go look at the
That's
audio
different.
and something here.
All right.
I mean, it's clear. I was never a court at the same time. And that's
All
why
right.
I say you don't balance these. You can be having problem with it.
All right. I mean, don't worry about that. People, anybody can say what they want.
You can please
It's not-
everybody.
okay.
These
Yeah,
guys
let me.
always, it doesn't even bother me.
All right. Let me speak on the two things that I want to say quickly.
I can call
The
my
first-
head so it
The
doesn't
first
bother me.
thing,
Go ahead.
the first thing my brother said, Kofi Wu is misplaced. No, Kofi Wu is not misplaced. Kofi Wu, you probably don't know Kofi Wu background. He's not misplaced. Kofi Wu,
National
brother,
and security advisor,
brother,
help us.
brother, I beg you, man. You don't have to agree with me. When you were talking, people listen. Not that they agree with you. When people talking, you listen. It doesn't mean you have to agree with them when you listen to them. It's just simple. You don't know Kofi Wu background. Kofi Wu became a labor minister. He became a public work minister under Madam Salif. Were he misplaced? No. That's what I said. You probably don't know Kofi Wu background. To the issue of Serena Seafood, you know, people have this entitlement that they alone can speak to issues when it comes to Liberia. Even us in America, yeah, sometimes they will tell you, what you not do for Liberia? You can't be in America, you're speaking for Liberia, speaking for it, calm down Liberia. You not hear people saying that, right? Look, the thing is that as long as in Liberia, you have the right. That right, nobody can take it from you. You can be the worst criminal. You have the right to speak on issues. Whether you take it or you leave it, that's up to you. But that person has that right. Here is the brother that's saying that Sifa don't have the right to say this, but he has the right to criticize Sifa. No, we all have the right to speak on issues. For me, the issue of how they call it, Sereno Sifos, I disagree with him on one account, and I agree with him on one account. What I agree with on Serena Silva is that he has the right to speak at this time. Because look, it's not even professional to be working somewhere. Let's say we all are working. You're working to your workplace. Every night then you come on social media talking about what happening at your workplace. You can't do that. That is not professional. It's the same thing when it comes to job. When you're working somewhere, you can't be working where you're appointed. Every night then you come on the social media. No, if you got issue, you internalize that issue. You talking with your supervisor, your bosses. If you not feel satisfied, you step aside. You cannot be in and you criticize. You come every night. That's not professional. Edmona Tapo Dede, the former Justice Minister of Madam Salif, she had issues with Madam Salif. She stepped aside. She voiced out those issues. The very Kofi Wu that we're talking about. Kofi Wu has some issues. He resigned. He voiced out. How you call it? Tiawon Gonglu. People do that all the time. That is just professionalism. You cannot be in every night and you coming on to prove what? That's not even ethical. On the issue of people that are saying, on the issue that I disagree with him, that you cannot criticize Wakai because of he doesn't have the moral. I disagree with him. It's a CFOS. It doesn't matter. You can be the worst person in Georgia government. You are still Liberian. If you see things under this government, it's not right. Speak.
But Maurice,
Get a call. Yes.
So what if he's saying here he doesn't want to be looked at as a hypocrite? Maybe that is his thing. So doesn't he have that right to say that? Oh, I cannot. I don't have the moral standing to do so. In other words, I would be considered as a hypocrite because I accepted it. I didn't say anything about this, even though I was the Solicitor General, which I could have prosecuted some of these things. That is not coming up and saying something about your boss. You have a role to play as a Solicitor General to prosecute the wrong things, right? If you did not do that now, you want to call somebody else out for not doing the same thing. So if I do that, I would be a hypocrite. So
I agree. I agree. I understand Steve's point. My point here is that Steve does not have to see himself as a hypocrite. When he sees something wrong in his government, you speak out. Maybe somebody could say, why not yesterday? Okay. Why not today? Why not yesterday? Why not today? So for me, I don't agree with Sifo to say, oh, because I don't have the moral. No, you're a Liberian. Sifo, yes, you are in the government. You could not speak because of certain reason. Many factors you could not speak. Now, you have the space to speak. Speak. If you see anything wrong in this government, you really think it is wrong, you say, look, yesterday we did this was wrong. I don't agree with this government to do the same thing because it's wrong. That's what makes you a man. So I disagree with Sifo on that angle that he don't have the moral to speak because he didn't speak yesterday. No, I don't agree. Look, For us to have a better country, we must speak at all time when necessary. Yesterday, he probably did not see it safe to speak. If you see it safe to speak today, I'm a diehard supporter of Joseph Boakai. I speak. DeLong. I was part of the DeLong campaign team in the US. I was the second person DeLong called. I criticize DeLong more than anybody. But I still support DeLong. I still see him to be the best lawmaker in the country. You have to speak. The issue of because you support somebody yesterday, you can't speak today because you criticized somebody yesterday. No. As long as you're Liberian, you have the right. You see the brother Anthony got the right to speak. It doesn't matter whether he didn't support or not. He got the right to speak.
Yeah, but
Whenever you see wrong,
baby, all the time.
Yeah, whenever you see the wrong, this entitlement people feel that certain people don't have the right to speak. Only they have the right to speak. I don't buy into that. Everybody has the right to speak when it comes to national issues about a country. We all have to speak. So I don't buy into that.
Morris, with that, I disagree a little bit with you. You have the right to speak, right? Okay, like Moba Modu. We are criticizing about his so-called enough is enough. Moba Modu was there as a party chairman. He wasn't working. He's saying all of this thing. He was talking, but he was talking in a gossip session. He went gossiping about it, and he got, recorded. And then he switched it on. He said, "I will liquor talk," right? So a man that I come on now to say something, yeah, you're Liberian. You have the right to speak, but I'm also Liberian. I also have the right to call your hypocrisy out.
Don't look at the message.
Going on. And
at
if
time,
you will see
at time, don't look at the message. At time, don't look at the messenger. Look at the message. At time, don't look at it. At time, don't focus on the messenger. Look at the message. Listen to the message.
See, everybody's different. But if you are not honest to call it out yesterday, I don't look at you as an honest person today because you're not on the person's side. I look at you more honest to call it out when you're on the person's side than when you're not.
Amy, I don't know. Amy, I don't know the circumstances. I don't know the circumstances in which Morba Molu were in. I don't know the circumstances. I don't know the tight corner Morba Molu were in that he felt he could not speak. I don't know. I'm not going to speak to that. I don't stand Morba Molu. I don't stand the CDC. But fairly speaking, I don't know what corner Morba Molu were in that he probably feel that that's the only way he could have voiced, vent his anger. He probably felt that coming in the public to speak was not safe for him. So I don't know what point, what circumstances you were in, what corner you were in, that he could not speak the way you wanted him to speak. If he's speaking now, I don't see it wrong. I don't look at the messenger at times. I look at the message. That's what I look at. And that's why we all should look at the message that the person is pushing.
Thank you, Morris.
My dear brother, if I may, Amy, I had a follow-up with the brother who just spoke. I mentioned something about the National Security Advisor Kofi Woods, Councillor Kofi Woods. He said he was not misplaced. Kofi Woods served as a labor minister. Honor the law he learned. He plays a very vital role because the labor ministry do a lot of laws. So for him to be at the labor ministry was not misplaced. Him as a national security advisor, please tell me a security credential, please. Okay.
Kofi Woods has a security knowledge. The same way he has an engineering knowledge. That's why he became public work minister. He was a very good public work minister. That's what I say.
You about security background.
You only limited to the labor issue, to the labor side. Kofi Woods has a security knowledge. I'm just telling you. He has an engineering knowledge. That's why he became a public work minister. He was one of the best public work ministers. So where's the argument?
Help us again. I give you the opportunity again once more.
I would do that on a different show. I think it's time.
Amy, just another 10 more seconds.
Oh, you giving me the time?
Security advisor with no prior national security experience.
What is the criteria? What is the criteria for being national security?
Now you're gonna ask me.
No.
You don't know the criteria of a national security advisor?
I just told you the man has a national. I just told you.
Let's go down that rabbit hole now. You don't know the criteria of a national security advisor, and you want to argue that?
I know. That's what I said. Look, brother.
Part of the criteria, you must understand the interworkings of security. You understand? It's not. I'm telling you, show me one national security advisor here in the United States that had no prior military, paramilitary, or nothing of that sort. Criminal justice, nothing whatsoever. And so
you don't even know
security advisor to the president.
That's what I say. You don't even know much, but sometimes when you're talking,
help us now. I don't know. I'm asking you the question.
But just calm down now, brother. calm down now. You
I am
said,
down. I say help
okay.
me. Everybody speak differently.
Let me,
I speak
yeah,
with
let me
passion.
come. Let me. Can
I will
I
not
get
speak
come in
like
a
you.
minute?
Everybody have a different style of
No,
speaking. So start saying,
Yeah,
calm down, calm down.
yeah,
Morba,
yeah. Anthony, you always speak with this conviction as if you already know that you know the person.
no,
You
I'm coming
that,
to that point.
I don't know. That's why I'm
I'm
asking
not
question. I
giving
don't
you.
know.
that's
No,
I
I
I,
think
always
to be
I
a human
always
right
told
lawyer.
Morba,
you never speak
Morba,
about a man until you know him. You don't know the credential of this
I
security
just told the
advisor.
brother,
That's what I'm asking now. I'm asking.
but yeah, listen now,
Listen,
listen.
you are not asking. You are saying that you said it clearly. You are emphatic.
That he
You
has
said
none.
that the man has no understanding about
Exactly.
security, and then boom, they make
Okay,
him
then
security advisor. So
What
you
is the
don't green now and tell
conviction
me.
for saying that? You don't even have a conviction for saying that. You're just saying it. I'm telling you that
You that have the
Kofi will,
condition,
hey
provide
brother,
information to us.
I mean, listen now, listen. For you
Anthony
to
would not
say
want to know information because he don't ask the right question. He just
no,
say things that come out of his
Hey,
mouth.
yeah.
Just like that.
the man want to provide the information. Give the man a chance.
All right. Listen, the platform you can just come and through thing, do red herring thing, and just trade. No, when you say something, you also too should be able to back it. Look, these are Kofi qualifications. Within this qualification, there's listen now. I expected you to have come out to say, look, these are Kofi qualification. Within this qualification, there's nothing about security that make him to be national security
You're not
advisor.
gonna play that reverse psychology here.
You don't
Provided
speak
what
in
you know about Kofi. You the one
you
say
don't
the
speak
man
in
not
back.
misplaced.
You don't speak in
Okay,
bashing.
so let me call this thing short, right? If this man doesn't know anything about security, Anthony, you don't have his resume either because you cannot provide everything that he knows. And this guy's saying that
Don't back the man here. The man said
he
Kofi
has
is
the
not
security
misplaced. Then you provide
knowledge.
information
And
now.
you're saying
I just told the mega security, national security. Why else you want me to tell you? I
Where?
told you the man became public works minister. I told you the man
Public
became
work
public works minister
what
because he
public work
have
has to do with national security?
engineering. You know,
What public work has to do with national security?
Anthony.
What does public work have to do with national security?
He never said that is the oh Jesus. Help me. Okay, let's close and show you. I gotta go.
But the main provide
Let me
look,
do
the
that
audience
question.
gonna go confused because the main
No,
provide
because
information.
no, the others are not confused.
No,
They're
that you
not-
confused.
So what
No,
is the
that you
information
confused.
provided?
Because
No,
he
Anthony,
said he
Anthony,
has
that you
school
confused.
credentials. He also has public works and he had national security credentials.
exactly.
He never said
National
that
Exactly.
security credential
public
from
work-
where?
Okay, so you're not hearing something. Because you're talking about people, so you're not hearing what he's saying.
Exactly.
So let you
That's
say
what
it
happened
now.
here.
Amy, I'm not talking
Because
over
if you were
anybody
not
now. Let
talking
you
over
say it.
him, you would have heard him saying that he
Okay, let you
has,
say it. Nobody
Exactly.
talking over you
has
now.
a knowledge in public work. That's why he was hired there, and he also has a knowledge as a national security.
Exactly.
From
That's
where?
what he said.
Knowledge
You know-
of national security from where?
Oh, grief.
Okay, you finish? You finish? Kofi was the head of JPC. Do you know what JPC mean? When Kofi went to Holland, you know the program that Kofi went to during Taylor time when he went Holland. Do you know the program that Kofi went? Do you know the study that he went to go do in Holland?
Provide information. I ask a question. You ask me a question.
You just come on the show and
Provide
just
that information
talk, just run around
It's a
talk.
My brother,
rhetoric, man. You're not
provide the
asking the question
information.
for you to
You don't
answer,
have to be
Anthony.
listen here. Listen. Amy, hold on. I know you the host, but hold on here. You don't have to be disdainful, dismissive before you make a point. I ask a question, you provide the information. That's how you set the record straight. By being disdainful to me, dismissive to me, being uncouth does not make you
Anthony, come on.
sound
Yeah, you see?
rational.
So
see?
they have
You see?
rhetorical question.
You see?
It's not being dismissful and all of that.
You see?
Look, Amy,
You're using the word.
stop
You're
shooting
using
this
the word
man.
uncuffed,
Stop
Anthony.
shooting him.
Anthony,
I can handle myself. You don't have to speak for the man. Why you want to
Anthony,
defend the man?
Anthony, you started on the show. Anthony, you started on the show. You spoke for more than one.
Himself.
Anthony, you see, people don't like to be challenged. This is a problem about all people.
I am
You
not
see,
being challenged.
Anthony started on the show. Anthony started on the show. If you talk for 1 hour, he was just flowing. I mean, we're just listening to him.
Oh,
He was just
no,
flowing.
he said we don't get him time to talk. So
Yes. He was
It
just
was
flowing.
two of us. It was only two of us. Right now, you
You-
are being given a chance.
You came
Go
here.
around a circle,
You came here.
provided
You
the
came
information
here.
here.
You came here
JPC,
to say.
JPC. I don't know
you
what the
said-
JPC stand for. Say why
you
it
said- You said Kofi Wu has no security knowledge. I'm saying no. That is not the case. Kofi Wu is not misplaced. Bwaka is not dumb to just appoint somebody to be national security. National. Formula was national. Wilman Famulé was national security advisor to Taylor. Wilman Famulé was not soldier. He was just a militant. He was just a militant. He was not a soldier man. Wilman Famulé never joined soldier way. Wilman Famulé never did. He was a national. Louis Brown was a national security advisor to Taylor. You don't know how people, you just come and just sit down and just talk because you think and just talk.
We
You
talking
don't know
about
people
Kofi Wood
criteria.
calling different names.
You
Help
don't-
me with Kofi
for you to
Wood's
say-
credentials.
Morris,
I just told you.
let me just come in a little bit. Let me come in. Sorry,
I don't think,
for
I don't,
coming
I'm not
because-
sure, I'm not sure I can
because-
help you better. I can help
I
you more than
know.
what I've
Socko,
done.
just get the
Yeah.
information.
Have
So,
I insulted,
here's
have
the
I
thing.
insulted, have I
Yeah,
insulted you?
Yes,
No, I don't insult, brother. You use the word cough. You say I'm on cough. I don't even know.
So
I don't insult people, brother. I'm very intelligent when I'm discussing with people. I listen. When you talk,
Anthony,
I talk. That's
we're
me.
not going to end this show.
Yeah.
We're not going to end this show with the normal pattern that you always want to follow. We're not going to end this show like that because for
That
you,
one
I
part-
always know.
And you know, this guy, sometimes they talk, they forgot. It's even a dangerous path, Anthony training.
Just provide
Ant-
information.
Anthony-
going Socko, going, when
Anthony,
when your
Anthony,
professor is
you
still
in the
read Socko,
opposition. Anthony, you in the
when your professor, your
opposition.
student will read Socko,
Anthony, come
provide
on
information,
now.
start going
Okay,
around.
Anthony-
we gotta tell me that
Anthony-
you think this
Yeah,
is
but when the
cool.
mail provided one information now.
Anthony, 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 you in the opposition. Anthony, in the opposition. Let me help you. Yeah, I'm rapping. That's my-
But why you keep getting provided one information talking about opposition, not opposition?
But
Provide
Anthony, you
information.
that you the
That's my
one
last-
who the body
my last thing I say. Anthony.
the body of proof is only accused that you don't want to say man's place. The
Hey,
man's
that
place,
is-
why you get to us say, oh,
No
these
matter,
are
man.
potential, you
Look,
get
Morba,
anything,
Morba,
security.
Morba, we have a country where it's a
That's what I said when I
democratic
say
country.
you listen,
Our
they
country
go
is moving
Provide
forward, right?
information, my dear brother.
This kind
You
of
got no
this kind of
information.
discussion,
Nothing.
this kind of discussion
Provide the
is a wrong
information.
discussion,
You
right?
go in Socko and
Anthony
Socko
is the
not gonna help
opposition
you.
person. For Anthony to even sit on the show to say a ruling party was supposed to cheat, you know the message you're sending to the current ruling party. Are you really aware of the message you're sending to the current ruling party? That is a good thing for a ruling party to cheat. Are you really thinking of what you say?
Rescue me,
Are you really thinking what you say? Look, you see, people just talk because they just talk. No,
Provide
you have to be very
the
calculative. You are telling a ruling party that the party is supposed to cheat and stay in power. Are you serious? You're supposed to push you even supposed to push that argument?
I never said that.
You said we are supposed to cheat. We have the right to cheat.
No.
I mean, you went. Look at that,
No.
man.
Stop
I just
it.
put you on the spot. But
No,
you said
stop
it.
it. Stop
You
it.
went all the
No.
way Ivory Coast,
Anthony,
have
stop
Babu or
it.
this and
No,
that.
I
Anthony-
never said
Anthony
no,
said-
see?
Anthony, explain. No, Amy, don't polish it. That's exactly
polish
what
it, man.
Anthony
No.
Anthony
Stop it.
went
Stop
on
it.
reference.
Stop.
Anthony went and referenced Laurent Gbagbo. He went
Laurent
all the way to
Gbagbo.
Ivory Coast.
No,
I think
stop
I
it.
said
Talking
that
to.
Laurent Burkina
Stop
Faso
it. Stop it.
always come
Stop
on
it.
the show
I never
and make
said
it look as
we are
if
supposed to
Yeah,
cheat.
it was
I
right.
said in
About Liberian
Africa,
politics.
African leaders.
It was right for Joe. We had to
Nicolas
cheat. I mean, just let Anthony. We'll handle
like,
Anthony.
you
Don't
know,
mind
Democrat-
Anthony.
Why would you
Just
lie on
Brennan-
my knee? I stay
We'll
alive.
handle
I
Anthony.
said
We'll
we
handle
are
Anthony.
supposed to cheat. I
God, I
said
can't
African
deal with
leaders
this.
are notorious
Liberian
for
democracy is been branded as a modern form of democracy.
We will never
and
allow.
we are
We will never
What
allow
form of
Baka to cheat.
democracy?
It's a modern form of democracy. We have had successive election.
Hey,
Post-war
my
Liberia
brother,
have had
listen here, man.
successive.
Listen.
He said
free and
Liberia
fair
noted of
election.
breaking election. He said
So he
Liberia
said-
noted of breaking
Before we should
election.
go back to the
So
past.
election have not
Yeah.
been breaking Liberia before?
He said
No,
Liberia
we
noted
are-
of
we are
breaking
not
election. So
reverting
that
to the
means
past.
Joe, we are supposed to break election,
Liberia
not to
have not
happen.
break election before?
So Baka will not. Baka will not break. When
Yeah,
you
things
win,
of the past.
when ANC and Citizen win, we will give it to them.
Yeah.
So you sat on the show here, Formula. I made a point that
About
history
articles.
have mentioned, history have recorded.
It's in that free ride we're having. You're just talking, just flowing. That
My
free
bro-
ride
my
we're
dear
having. I
brother,
mean, we're just listening
You
to
were
you.
giving chance. You did yourself a disservice for not providing the information.
No problem. I take
You
it.
went in
I take it.
circle and
I take it.
circle
I
and
take it.
circle.
I take it.
So all that,
If you want the information, you're not give people a chance to give you the information.
my
I take
brother,
it. I take it.
brother,
I went
you
in
can't take
circle.
all
Yes,
day to
credential-
just provide information. You
No,
can't
take
take
it.
all day.
I take it.
Why
You that
all
said.
day?
You can't take
You
all
that
day
said-
to provide
You
information.
You
that
spoke-
brought you that brought the accusation.
Yeah, you don't
Why
even
didn't
know
you
nothing about the
provide
man.
information that you got?
You claim you
Oh,
keep
my.
debunk me. You can look at the other man asking question again. Why you can't provide the information lean about?
Look at that, man. I mean, I see you, man.
No, but the thing is, I think
Amy
what
wants
Luka
sleep.
is saying,
Amy
if
wants
you say
sleep.
that Amy is not qualified to be an administrator. These are the qualifications to be an administrator, blah, blah, blah.
Exactly.
no, 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 no.
And
Exactly.
Amy
That
does
is the
not
point.
have any
Hey,
of
my
these
dear sister,
skills.
that's
She
why I
Exactly.
doesn't
say
have
if
any
you are
of these
supporter of the government
qualifications.
and your
So she's not
you the judge,
qualified.
you the
You
prosecutor,
Exactly.
and you the defense lawyer.
So you
How
tell
When
you
you
go
say-
here today?
We are happy
When you
that we
say-
are
You
happy
the
Mr.
judge,
Cummings,
the
Mr.
defense
Cummings did
lawyer,
not win
and the
this election
prosecutor. How you
because
gonna manage the
these
debate
kind
today?
of people that are seeing here,
Yeah,
the kind of
listen,
character that
Anthony,
Anthony get. Anthony,
yeah,
with that kind of
honestly,
character, you will not
Oh my,
ANC,
oh
you
my,
will not carry ANC, you're not even see, you're not even
Three
see election
against
journal.
one.
Now your
And
business.
I call on your
3
three
against
against
one.
one. I call on your.
You
Hey,
go-
swear to God.
You go
Anthony-
on the,
Anthony,
you go
learn
on the
this today.
closing argument. That's a thing that you
My
guys do
dear
over there.
brother. I
Anthony,
use
learn
my
this today. Anthony,
opinion.
and be
Anthony,
on the
learn
And
this
attack
today.
my opinion.
Anthony.
I say in my opinion.
Anthony.
I say in my, listen. I say in my opinion
Oh, now you want
Serena
somebody to listen
Siva
to you.
was
You
not
talking
genuine.
about everybody, but you
I
talking about
use my
listen.
opinion. You came to attack my opinion. The free space that I have is my opinion.
No, Anthony.
No intellectual will attack another person's opinion. I say
Anthony,
in my
you see?
opinion.
You see?
I say
Anthony-
in
Your
my
opinion
opinion.
is not a
Who
fact.
told you that?
No,
The
Question
opinion,
no, but Amy-
the
no, but
opinion
Amy-
is a
No,
valid
that doesn't
argument.
mean that's a
That's
Amy-
why
fact,
it
man.
is my
What do you
opinion.
mean?
You can't
The
attack
opinion
my
is a
opinion.
valid argument.
Anthony, listen now.
You make an
Anthony,
opinion,
Anthony,
so I
I
can
said
argue
in
it.
my
Make an
opinion,
opinion,
what you said, this is my
as a
opinion
official
on what
Anthony,
you said.
Anthony, listen now.
I
Anthony,
didn't say my
Anthony,
opinion was fact. I never
Anthony,
said my
listen-
opinion was
But you
fact.
did not say, I
based
don't
on what
believe
you
this
said,
man
this
has
is
it.
my
You said that
opinion
man
on the
does
matter.
not.
And
Oh,
he
oh,
came
is that
to
a fact?
attack my
Oh, is that-
opinion.
oh, is that a fact? No, but
Man
Anthony-
does not have. You didn't say, I don't believe that this
Something
man
wrong
has
with this
Exactly.
picture when
That's what
somebody
you
said,
said.
Exactly.
But English is not, but we speak good English. Speak it good. If you didn't
An-
speak it, you speak it good.
Anthony,
I can question it.
but first
Anthony-
of all, Serena Siva
Anthony,
did
let-
something today.
Anthony,
I
learn
said
something
in my
today.
opinion,
Anthony,
this is what I saw Serena
Anthony-
Siva doing in my opinion.
Anthony, I'm not.
Then you
So
want
you
to
think,
attack that?
you think if
Anthony.
you press it in my opinion, so that means
Anthony.
it cannot be questioned.
I
People
don't
cannot,
have the
people cannot
press.
say,
That's how I speak.
Anthony,
Don't
Anthony,
attack
when
my way of
Anthony,
speaking.
Anthony,
yeah, but when you say
Anthony.
in my opinion, does that mean
Anthony.
that people cannot challenge your
The way you
opinion?
can talk, you will not talk the way I can talk. What's up?
Yeah, but Anthony- Anthony- Anthony,
No,
Anthony,
do not-
Anthony, wait now, Anthony. When you say Anthony,
Morris,
Anthony, when you say Morris, Anthony, when you say when you make reference in your opinion, and you make reference on Amy, that Amy is not this.
No. I never said
But man,
it
get
was a
listen
fact.
now. But you can listen.
No.
Okay,
But you can
I
listen.
gave an
Time
opinion
now.
on what the man
Then
said.
he finished and you were coming. The show is so, I'm a weak ass.
No, but it's all right, man. It's okay.
yeah,
Amy, don't
yeah,
worry about it.
that's how we're going to call
Anthony.
it. But
Anthony.
Anthony, I want you to
No,
just
when I go talk again, I be deep. You call
No,
me
but
my
more
name,
about
Formula
more
20.
about way now. More about way. Anthony, when you're making reference in your opinion that you make reference to say, Army, in your opinion, Army is not fit to work in the bank because he has no banking knowledge. Army has the right to judge that your opinion that you have. That is the case. That is come in, man.
True, but
make it listen.
what I
Let
said
me
about Serena
finish.
Siva
Hey,
is
but-
different.
I come and start meeting people now.
What I
Go ahead, let your talk.
Yeah, that is what I did. When you say Morris is not a good man, Morris has a right intellectually to ask you, what do you mean by good man? If that criteria of your good man does not fit Morris being a good man, then you have an argument. You said Kofi Wu has no. You said that in multiple times. I listened to you. I was not even on the show. You said Kofi Wu has no security knowledge. People are misplacing the government. In fact, you make reference to Kofi Wu that he has no security knowledge. Why? Waka appoints him. So I ask you, I said, okay, do you know Kofi Wu? That's the first question I asked you, which is fair enough. I expected you to have said yes. Based on what I know about Kofi Wu, that, he does not have a security knowledge to make him be a national security advisor. That's what I expected for you. You did not provide that. Then I went on to say, no, he's not misplaced because for one fact, he became as a labor minister, public minister, because he has knowledge in all these areas. When it comes to security knowledge, he has security knowledge. You don't have to be like police.
Where?
You don't have I come in now like police. You don't have to be a police officer to be a police director. No, you don't have to be a police officer to be a police director. That is the law. The president has the right to appoint somebody. It's a good thing to appoint somebody as a police, somebody who being a police, but you don't have to be a police officer. There are certain positions people can appoint people because of your basic knowledge you have. Now, I listen, my man. I told you, Kofi. I give you things about Kofi.
You can
That's
work
fine.
at
I give you,
labor
I give
ministry.
you,
Thank
can
you,
work
I give you
at
Thank
things.
work
I give
ministry.
you things. No, I give you things.
Nothing
You let us
wrong
talk
with
about
that.
people. I give
National
you things.
security.
I
No.
told you about Kofi Wu. I said Kofi Wu has a security knowledge. Kofi
From
was
where?
a JPC. Hey, my man. I just told I said the man when it's in
You don't listen.
Holland. I
Anthony,
told you.
stop talking over him. You were
Are you?
hearing. Just
Are you?
tell us
Are you having
the
hearing
first
problem?
time.
Talking. That not the same thing.
Do you have a
No,
hearing
because
problem?
I'm trying to make you. I'm trying to control
Oh,
the
you
show.
talking
That's
to me
what
that
I'm
I have
trying
a
to
hearing
do.
problem?
I
Are you
mean,
serious?
I told you
No,
Kofi
are
was
you
a JPC.
serious? Question.
I told you Kofi
Anthony,
Wu.
Are we going that far now?
You're
But you
the
told
one
me say
listen.
you
You're the one
you said I
asking
was
the
on
Are
cuff.
we
question.
going to
You
that
said I
level
was
now
on
where
cuff.
you ask me if I have a hearing problem?
You said I was on
You're
cuff.
the one
I,
asking. Where
I just told
You know
you.
what?
I just told you.
Y'all have your
I just
say.
told
I'm
you.
One
here. I will
second.
listen.
First,
I'm
one
muting
second.
myself.
You're the one asking a question. The man is trying to explain to you. You
Exactly.
talking over him. How will you understand what he's trying to say? And then when I
Amy,
try to tell
you're
you,
not
you
doing
make it
justice to
an
this
issue.
conversation. So, girl, leave it as is.
You know,
Trying to say, I know JPC or something. This is the third time saying that. Go on put something there now. You didn't hear it because why? You're talking over him. And as you're doing that, everybody doing
The
that.
man gave me an
people are listening
acronym.
to
What
the
did
show, it
JPC
makes the
stand for?
show sound funny.
Justice of the peace. So if you don't know JPC, they say you're Liberian. That's the reason why I can say you are Burkina Beast.
Something wrong with you, man. Formula.
Yeah, I'm coming for you now. Since you don't understand it, let me bring it
You
down.
have that kind of
We-
show like they will not have it. You can't. You
No,
see, they come here, get
you
some
say
people in
ACA.
that
I
way,
told
you
you.
just
no,
say,
I told you.
calm down,
I
man.
told
We
you.
all
You
men.
are very weak man. You are
Anthony,
very
we're all
weak
men.
man.
Anthony, we're all men.
You
Anthony, we're
very
all
weak. You
men.
can say my word.
Formula.
Few minutes ago, you said you can pause yourself and listen. Let you hear that you all yelling all around the place.
You know you can pause it.
never-
You stay
You
in
never
that.
say anything and stay by it.
I paused myself plenty times here.
Anyway,
I paused myself a couple
Mute
of
yourself
for
now
11
because
minutes.
that's what you
Didn't I do
said.
so?
Mute yourself now and listen. You said you're going to mute yourself and listen
No,
to.
but you will not be talking and being condescending at the same time that I listen to you. I won't do that.
No, you gotta listen because
No,
you've
no,
been
you won't
disrupting
be
the whole show.
condescending to me. Then I
I'm
listen.
not
I won't do that.
condescending. I'm saying you say you claim to be a student of history. That you said on the show here. You said
I
I'm a
never
student
said I
of
was
history.
student of history.
Hey man, oh my God.
I say people learn history and reference history for past events so they can be
People
informed
learn
of the
history.
current event. That's what I said. I've never said I was a student of history. That's
All right,
two
fine.
different things.
Fine, mute
Anthony.
yourself now. Let me come in. Mute yourself.
Okay.
Put yourself on mute. Thank you. Look, we live in the age of
Don't give me
information.
high blood pressure here. I
We
reject
live
it.
in the age of information. We live in a time where we can easily access information in split seconds. You work in technology. You can easily go on your phone. You're the one brought by the issue about misplacement. The burden of proof always lies on the accuser. You don't want to say, oh, the man misplaced. We were expecting that you have, done your due diligence and investigated and say, oh, I've read everything about Kofi Wu and have not seen anything related to national security or related to security. And then you can start giving us now, points where we can say, oh yeah, based on what you say, we can agree with you or we can disagree with you. But looking at this, this is a clear indication that you yourself, from a personal standpoint, you do not understand the rudimentaries of government. And I don't know how you studied that history that you say you studied. Wait, Kofi Wu.
I say I studied history again.
Okay, wait a minute now. Me get learn that. I know that what you said. Sometimes you are very impulsive. That's what happens when you're too emotional.
I'm impulsive. Look, you know what? Let get leave the show alone. Yeah, have your way.
Oh, yeah, but yeah, you quickly say things without thinking.
No, but you can go. You can go, Anthony, and you came for it.
Look,
You can
I
go.
never said I was
You
leaving.
shouldn't go there.
All right, so let me get you the outline.
Mute
Since you
myself.
have the
I said,
information.
I say y'all have my way. Doesn't mean I'm leaving.
All right, fine. Let me get you the outline. Firstly, Kofi Wu started from the University of Liberia. We all know Kofi Wu. In fact, Kofi Wu is noted in the Liberian circle as a poor man lawyer. Kofi Wu, he has been an activist. He has been he's an economist. Kofi Wu graduated with a bachelor from the University of Liberia. He went on to Colombo International University and got a postgraduate degree and certificate. And he also went on to the Louis Arthur Grant School of Law. Kofi Wu went and got a postgraduate diploma again in social studies and got his Master of Law at the University of Leyden. Look, what more do you want for somebody who have already understand about the social welfare of the people? Kofi Wu is a lawyer, human rights lawyer. Kofi Wu has been in government in so many sectors, and more besides, the office that you're talking about, being the national security advisor, does not have any criterion set up, say you must be a police officer or be a security personnel before you serve in that capacity. Let's get it clear. My uncle, Dr. Formula, was the national security advisor to Manasseh Lee. Did you see Dr. Formula running around telling people say,
close the show.
Man before
close so Amy can sleep.
1 second.
Yeah, I don't know how sometimes you be running with an argument. I said your argument is always disjointed. You leave the main substance and you look for the weaker one.
The man is misplaced.
The man is not misplaced.
So
is he not discharging his duty? The man is he not discharging his duty? Had there been any lapses?
over there. So that man can something because you look at the man with
JPC
there. So
see a man profile. I can read everything to you, Anthony. Take your phone and start wasting your time.
Look at how fucking here.
Why you call you look nothing up, man. You can say that you can say you can say
show me what
you can say Abraham Traore get boxer and Tina the importing they get uranium. But that's how you get last sometimes. You come and you mislead the people. You say, oh, they are exporting uranium, and you come and go find out which of course but the father have nothing that uranium. You say one thing, you go low, you can't even make your own research, you can't you can't take anything from
you not saying you think the debunk me and show me Kofi with national security background.
Look, I'm telling you that the office does not the office. If the president have problem with it, the president. How many people? You know how many people in the country?
All that chapa you were doing, you couldn't even prove it.
I just told you things that can get the qualification that Kofi Wu have been. Kofi Wu have been involved in international. Look, the man.
I beg you, man. That the same way I can say, Elin is a Harvard trained economist. Woman who did public administration, you can call Harvard trained economist.
So, George,
all right, my people, this is how we call it a day.
So
and thank you for staying with us. And this is the crossfire time. This
so
is
we're wrapping up.
You carry a lie around. Harvard trained economist.
So we're closing now. So we're closing now, right?
Yeah, we're closing now.
You call Harvard trained economist. That the same thing coming lie and say Kofi will get a national security background. Man, foot.
Okay.
You want me to go? I can go.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to go, or I can go, and we're wrapping up.
No, you can go. We can take it like this.
All right. Yeah. Anyway, it was a good show. We'll make it up our duty to come here anytime we deem it necessary. Yesterday was Toure. Actually, Toure been telling me all along to come for the past time he been behind me. I may join the show, join us.
You need to send your number so I can put you.
Yeah, I will. I don't know how you want me to send my number. Only in the comment section. I don't want to do that. So, but yeah.
But Toure send it to me.
Yeah, but you can take my number now. That's fine. I think you can take my number.
Well, you say you don't
No, I don't want to put it in the comment. I don't want to put it in the comment section.
Okay, after the live something.
Yeah, I don't want to put it in the comment section. So we'll make our time. You know, for me, the brother doesn't really know me, Anthony, but I know him. We met many times, many places. I know him. They are on this different platform. Yeah, making the argument. It's a good thing to be so exuberant, to have the energy to push for to push your argument. It's a good thing. I mean, we're all young people. I don't know, but we're all young people. It's a good thing. But yeah, that sometimes when you're speaking in platform like this, just be careful. Leave a room. For me, I always leave a room. I'm not sure. As far as I know, I'm not sure.
You debunk me. You didn't debunk me. So get me.
Out now. Come on.
Let it do a closing, man.
After you do your closing, come on. Let's not do that.
Yeah. When you're talking, you always go to live. Look, people watching us. It's not. I don't care about how you feel.
People are watching.
Right. People watching.
Try to make it look like because the person support this side, the person support that side. No, that's not it. We are all going. We should know better that when you're doing this thing, people listening. Everybody talking about each other. It looks like we are in Douala or Waterside Market, and it's not professional at all.
Yeah. Thank you. we talking, but we talking other people listening to us. It's not about you can be strong man, that's fine. You can have your strong man argument that I announced that the man died, and the man said, "But yeah, me, yeah." They say I stand by my word. That's fine. You can hold that position. You can hold that strong man position. That's fine. People that are watching, they will make the judgment. I will say this again. Kofi Wood, to be a national security advisor, you don't have to be a soldier man. You don't have to be a policeman. To be a finance minister, you don't even have to get degree in banking. Your major does not even have to be a bank. Amara Kone was the IT. Amara Kone era is the IT era. Yeah, I can go on and on and on. Munasie, there are certain positions you don't have to be that person to be this person. Like I said, Kofi Wood has the experience to serve as the national security advisor to the president. National security advisor, you're not telling the president to go for a war. You're not telling the president to go to buy arms. No. National security advisor to the president is a different kind of era other than defense minister is different. Chief of staff different. To serve as a national security advisor, it comes with different experience and different school of thought. If you would have just said, you know what, okay, I didn't know that, I will go about and check. But for you to hold on your position and you cannot provide a fact that you say, I hold on my position, the people that are watching, they will make the judgment. They will judge you based on that. So you can hold your position. I will try my best to come at any time. But it's a good show, bro. Don't take it. We are all young people. Don't get offended. If I say anything that you feel offended, trust me, bro, I don't mean no harm. I'm sorry. But I mean, we're all young people. We all pushing our argument. If it makes sense to somebody, they will carry it. If it makes somebody say, you know what, that thing that man was talking, that Tabata, that the present business, the person will carry it, and they will judge you based on that. Thank you, guys, man. Thank you.
Go ahead, Anthony. Hey.
When you come on the show, opening your statement to say, I'm coming to debunk someone, then come and debunk the person. But you don't come to debunk the person and you give a circle, then I don't know why you say you came to debunk the person. I mean, nobody has monopoly on information or idea. We come here to express our view on the political matter unfolding in our country. Our opinion is our opinion. If I give a factual thing and you verify that fact is inaccurate, then I err or I take a correction and move on. But when you cast me to be a man who's spitting lies, but you fail to correct the lies, then I don't know how you want me to sit here and accept yours. First and foremost, the reason why we have what is happening in Liberia is because people are being put in the wrong position. Amara Kone, ministerial position as a finance minister has buttressed shortfall, deficiency in his report. Clear cut. That's a public record. He's a smart guy. He did extremely well at Drexel University, one of the top universities in Pennsylvania, and went as far as MIT. I listened to Amara Kone teach or lecture at MIT twice. He's a brilliant guy. Don't get me wrong. As a finance minister, he fell short. All right? So he was in the wrong role. He's so smart. Like I said, Amara Kone's story is an everyday Liberian man story. From a man who was on a refugee camp, make peanuts farm, corn farm, have cattle, to hustle and come to America, came with even no document and started hustling, going to community college, the Delaware Community College, before going to Drexel University, and did extremely well in the condition where other people could have used excuses. He did extremely well. He told that story publicly. So if you want to laugh, don't lie. The man told that story publicly. The story I just told. So I'm not here trying to, what they call it. He himself told a particular story. If he lied, then I lie because I'm quoting him, according to him. All right? So now, we all know Amara Kone record, Gafuan record in the Ellen government. Budget shortfall. That's what they had. All right? So when you're talking about expertise, look, they are competent individuals in Liberia. No question about it. The challenge there is they are put in the wrong position. So they are not doing well, or they did not do well in those roles. I commended the current boss of LEC. The man came, he hit the ground running because that's his area. Me, I go to Liberia, you put me the post and telecommunication, you put me the LTA, I will shine. You put me anything outside of the two area, I will not shine because not my cup of tea. You understand? It's not my cup of tea. Everybody has their area. These guys were not put in the right area. Liberia is vulnerable in terms of security. In terms of security, we had no Air Force, we had no Navy. Then we have National Security Advisor who had no prior national security experience. An astute legal luminary. Brilliant guy. But it's not in his field of expertise.
Most people gotta go.
We need.
Oh, mute, please, Morris.
We need to do our best of giving merit-based position people with the expertise in the area. I would not take a scientist to be a IT person.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Go ahead, family.
What a great show. Thank you so much to our audience and to some of you who will watch this show later on. We want to apologize for some of our crossfire at some point, very uncoordinated. I want to take this medium to publicly apologize for that. And sometimes things happen, but I want to take responsibility. I want to take responsibility
over each other. There's the low noise.
Yeah, some of the
enjoy the crossfire.
So if you come across the video, please make sure you do the 3 needful things we always ask: subscribe and comment and share so other people can watch. And you can also join us any other time you are available and you want to be part of this conversation. You can come in and let's discuss the issue. So quickly, what a great show today. There are a lot of revelation going to come up, a lot more going to come up. Serena Cephas is not the only one, and some of the things that Serena said is something that Liberian people already know of, and that's the reason why the Liberian people, they are now asking, why now? Why is it that this man who was sinking when he was given a serious job to do, he was sinking and dancing all around the place? Why now he's no longer in the position? He's no longer the president and he's not sinking. What happened? Now he had all of the time in the world to make all of the reggaes, Jah Rastafari, and to sing all the Bema. He's not singing. And people want to say to other people that you do not have the moral ground to speak on things that happened in the past. No, you can speak. And that's the reason why this government, President Parker government, is the biggest government right now. It's the people's government, because this government has opened all of the windows for people to have their voices heard. And the president is listening to everybody. The proliferation of media institutions now that they have in the country now was not under the CDC regime. You know how many mushroom media entities passing around now? You know how many, the body of online platforms. Everybody, you know how many bloggers they have in the country now? Everybody have become blogger in the country. Why you think we're beating on GMB to create more jobs? We are beating on GMB to create more jobs for the young people, because they have some of them who are very, very, unprepared. Many of them still hanging around, allowing themselves to be used by some other weak politician to just take misleading information, everything, post it on the social media to make it look like they're defending their slave masters. But we have opened up the free media landscape, that people from every walk of life, some people having 3, 4, 5 Spudo media pages all around the place. They're posting misleading information. They go for all kind of video from different country, and they edit it and bring it and put it there, and they say, oh, this is happening in Liberia. Somebody died way in Burkina Faso, they bring it, they say that Liberia is died. Somebody died way in Sierra Leone, they say that Liberia. Somebody died all the way in Guinea, they say that Liberia. You see, then we have some of our friends and brothers now who we thinking, oh, these guys are level-headed, they have some argument. Then they come and speak to you. When they come on the show, all they do is to be dangling all over the place, just dabbling all over. When you put it on the other side, they jump from there to go to the other side. Somebody narrating story about Amara Kone. The next thing you go do, he narrate story of Lauren Gbagbo about Ivory Coast. The next thing you go do, you want to equate our history to the past. We are moving forward. Since the war, Liberia have had one of the best democracies the region can ever boast of. The best in the region. And when we're talking about the democracy that we're talking about, it is a democracy where it is open. The International Observer Team, you think we are in his arrogance, will sit there and allow the country to revert to a better past because he want to impose himself on the Liberian people? He felt it and he saw it, that the people were already done with him. And he himself said it. What they said I couldn't do, I've done it already. And that's it. We are going to be president, and we took that dark cloud from over Liberia. Finally, we gave him the presidency, because when you are even senator, he did not say anything. In the end, he came back and accused people and said, oh, I'm putting my hands up, but somebody will not see me because they were sleeping. So we say, okay, we'll take him from that senatorial seat, we'll send him to the executive mansion. We went to the mansion now. What he did, he started dancing buka. So everywhere we put you, you get confused. When they take it from the level, they carry the level, you get confused. So, say you are singing song and dancing and doing all kind of things, they sanction all your key government officials. Then you think that type of president you say will allow him to come back. Look, I mean, only sitting now in secret corner, telling, convincing many his business partners that I can make you when you give me this. We know some people will die in the show. We know some people already on the table thinking that they're coming. They will die in the show. And I'll be clear. 2028, as soon as we hit 2028, some of you will already be disciple of the government because of the enormous thing we hope that the president is going to do. And he already showing us that you do a lot of good things for the Liberian people, and we tell the Liberian people to be patient and just hold the government feet to the fire. Hopefully, we will get there.
Well said. Thank you everyone for coming.
6 minutes.
Do you know how long you talk for here?
And you thank people now.
I'm going to argument with you. I mean,
then I started teaching now.
You
thank
and
people.
then
I'm the only person I didn't talk for long because I'm very calculative when I'm talking on platform.
Okay, let me.
Yeah.
I have go and I get for it. I have been there. There, Anthony Sana here now. I get him all the time. He even went he still had time to talk.
I'm supposed to be home by now. It's 12:36.
He still have time to something. But this is the argument they were making, right? When we started this show on Spoon, Morris, you don't know, let me give you the history. Nelson always put a link in it, something like anybody can come up for. And the same thing we do here, right?
Mm-hmm.
They felt like they were too big, they were too this, they were too angry, right?
Yeah.
And then after we grew the show, when everybody had a spot, like the 10 spot at a time, and then those people that something when they come on, people that Anthony they want to come on and tell us there, oh, there are too many government supporters here. It's only one ANC. Who stopped your ANC crew from coming when the links were being dropped down for them to come on? So this is the same thing right now. You heard what he said. I shouldn't come on this show. I couldn't. They don't come here because they're boycotting or whatever, and that's fine. Everybody's grown, right? You can do whatever you want. We put a link down. Whoever wants to come on, you come on. But when those people have, that's why you can't come and be so. Oh, I'm the owner this here. I'm the owner that here. If you feel like because you came here, everybody have a time to talk. Nobody's silencing anybody from talking here, but they always have to have something because Amy supports JMB, and that's not changing. until JNB changes. That would not change. I'm not a journalist from CNN. I'm not even a journalist. I'm here because we all know why I'm doing this, right? So that is not going to change. I have my side. You have your side. Even if I put you here said, if you will be consistent to come here every day, be my guest, Anthony, take the lead. I'm not going to fight you. I will come on and do what I have to do. Okay? Because that's not going to, if you can find a journalist to come up here that you feel that it's fair to do so, be my guest. Because, you know, we complain about every little thing. And when we can do it, if I tell you, say, come in and take this part, you think I want to come in and sit here every day the time I do when I have stuff to do with my kids? No, I don't. But none of y'all come in. Sometimes I come in and sit here by myself. And then you'll come in and tell me, you say, after all the time you tell me and say, oh, I'm not fair because I support the government. So I think that's a little, you know, out of line. But I'm just going to let that go. But thank you, everyone, for coming, for Emmy. To everyone, I appreciate you all. And, you know, I know you enjoy Crossfire. You just don't like the talking over each other. So, like Famila said, sorry for that. You know, our brother get a little hype. We get a little hype. Everybody get a little hype. You know, it was not just Anthony doing it. We were all doing it. So we sorry for that. But, you know, going forward, everything will do better, but we can do better. Let me not promise.
You know, I mean, when school started,
you'll have this all the time. But we thank our people today for gathering in the mosque, in the church to pray today for the country. That was a good thing. And I think our problem sometimes is having some spiritual meanings to it. I know people want to politicize all the time, but I think it was something good that the president called for a national, you know, unity to pray for peace and unity, right, in our country. It was a good thing, regardless about what the people say. Oh, pray when I do the prayer. No one, the president did not tell you, say, let's not go to the farm, let's not go to the market. I'm not going to the mansion anymore because I don't know what to do. Let's just pray it out. That's not what he said, right? But people try to turn it like that to make it look like that's what he said. But I think this was a good thing. And we, by the grace of God, will see some changes in Liberia. I think he done some things that were supposed to have been done right after the war. This person had done those things that was long overdue, which is good. What is that? Which is a good thing, and we like he started to do some things across the country. Everything is not rosy yet. We know the country, we have some challenges that we all, but the president always acknowledge those challenges. He always acknowledge people or what the common people are going through, and he's trying to fix it. Fixing it is not going to be a ABC. No, that's not how it works, because we you know, we've been through, there was a lot of damages. There's a lot of things that we've been through. And in order to fix those things, you know, it takes time, right? It takes time. And we just need to be like, people come here, criticize when you see anything wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, and I think it's even helping the government to even do it right. My thing that I have with Serenity, and I agree with him, is that he has no moral right, and I agree with him. I know people say, "Oh yeah, we all like Brown." Yeah, we all like Brown all the time. If I came here and my son is doing something, he's walking around here, my daughter doing something and tearing the place up, and I'm not doing anything about it or saying anything about it. Then somebody else's child, from his daughter, come in and start doing this and that. Oh, you're a very bad child. Oh, that's not what you do. This is when that. What would people look at me like? Your child was just doing it. You didn't say anything about it. Why would the next man child be doing it? So that's hypocrisy. That's favoritism, and that's speaking. So that's what he was referring to. No one's saying that, oh, he shouldn't call out anything wrong. But there was a lot of wrong thing, and he laid out, which we all know is no secret, but we all know it. And as the prosecuting arm of the government, nothing was done about it. So you will come in and talk about rule of law, Serenity Farm? How dare you? You got dry face. You know, people will call those things out. He knows it. So that's why he said, well, I don't have any right to do that. And I think he was right. That's what he was trying to say. He would be looked at as a hypocrite when he does this thing. And that's what he was going to do. He was not saying that, oh, he should mute because he's not liberal, or he should know. But he would be considered as a hypocrite. And that's what we said about Moroba Molu. And I stand by that. Moroba Molu had a time to talk. If you don't want to, you feel like you don't feel, I don't think anybody will holding Moroba Molu hostage in the country. if he felt like he was not safe and he had to say those things, and he really believed it was wrong, it was bad for the country, the way he had that conviction now that he can come in the street now, he could have done that same thing. If he couldn't do, get your butt out of there and then do it. We will not, then we'll take you seriously. But after that, you sit and you enjoy the juice, the bread, the butter of everything, that you come out and you want to tell us there something that you did for 6 years. Then you come tell us it should be fixed in 1 year. That you never said anything. Then he said it should be fixed in 1 year. Then we say, oh yeah, he's a Liberian, so he must say it. That is a good thing. No, with me. In my Liberian sense, it doesn't add up to me. And I think that's what the general did. So that's what the general was saying, and I agree with him. I know people don't want to hear it because it's bringing their secrets out, or you're calling their God, their political leader, their spiritual leader, and everything out. And for people then that against all of this prayer and thing, pastors that they were worshiping, they were going sitting on them, that were never ordained to be pastors, but because he won the presidency, so he could have taken those time that he's told us he was everything in the country. Nobody else had time to be anything else. We are the pastor, we are the musician, we are pastor, but you're singing wordy music here and there, making Margaret out of God, and nobody calls that out. But they're talking about calling for 1 day fast and prayer. It's we don't need it. This is that. I am so sick and tired of the hypocrisy, and I think that's what this man saw through. He knew that people that Amy was going to call him out on it, so he came out and said, "There's no need for me to say it because I never seen it," and I think I agree with him. With that, I said thank you for coming. Thank you. Tomorrow we'll be here, guys, willing, and I hope from Mr. Morris will show up. Anthony, Formula, and Morris. Thank you guys so much, and thank you guys. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you, Lane Paul. Thank you. Let me go up. Ma Wille, John Hannah. We appreciate you all, and for you who are not commenting who names we can't see, we also appreciate you. We're not saying your names because we're not seeing you. So thank you so much for being here with us. And with that, it's see you tomorrow, guys willing. Good night.